Cool. I'm going to tweet out this link, which I just did.
Oh, no, I wasn't ready yet.
Oh, no, I don't have pants on. None of us have pants on.
Oh, no, pants!
Everybody put on pants right now.
Oh, damn it.
You're
not my real dad.
What if I'm wearing shorts?
I just got them off. I don't want to get them back on. I just won't stand up.
All right, guys, fine. We'll do one more episode pantsless. But then after that, it's pants for here on out.
Fine.
That's what you think.
Fine.
All right, so, Tony, you volunteered to do the recap?
I did.
All right, let's hear it.
What's up, guys? We killed a demon. All right, next episode.
Devil.
You didn't even get it right.
Already wrong.
Okay, whatever. They are the same thing. D&D just
Not in
has different
D&D.
names.
Wow.
I know, but they
Racist.
are 100% the same thing in reality.
In reality.
It's kind of a big deal.
Yes. Yes. Listen, all the Lords of Hell in real life are... Anyways, okay, so here's what happened last time. We drew up a big old contract that said we're going to help Mr. Bathtub kill... No, Batham's Mr. Bathtub. We're going to help Barbasol kill Bathtub. So we did that. It was a very long fight, super long. Like, that was the whole episode, was that fight. But it was big and epic, and we did it. We killed Batham. You did. And then we saved you.
You didn't die. You went unconscious.
Yeah,
You were definitely knocking on heaven's door.
He was one death save away from death.
Yeah,
technically should have died, but in the story, technically he didn't die.
You were very close to death. But we won. We won that fight.
We could say his heart stopped beating, and he went into cardiac arrest.
Yeah.
Wasn't fully dead, but was nearly there.
Is this the legally dead thing?
Yet.
Yeah. Yeah, you were legally declared dead, that old deal. But Finn did not. We did not lose Finn, although he did come very close, death saves wise. But we did it. Killed Batham. We avenged Jean's just terrible life in general, basically. And now it's none of our business what happens down there, and it's none of their business what happens up here. That's what was in the contract. Although Barbatos can still look through Lena's eyes for the next year, basically, or whatever the.
I thought it was 5 years.
Is it 5 years?
It's 3 still, I think, but he's fine. We're like this now. It's.
Yeah. So he can look through it. However,
he can look through it. He just can't interact with any.
Yep, there's a non-communication clause in that contract.
I'm just gonna talk shit to him all the time, and he can't do nothing. And it's like I'm talking to myself.
Yeah. So yeah, basically we did that fight, and we were then sent to Pine Deep. Which did we actually get a look at Pine Deep at all last episode?
No.
I can't recall. I didn't think so.
We did not.
But the last thing we need to do before we start this episode is give one is run down a little bit of information here, because we're in Pine Deep to start our fight against the remainder of the Dark Six, and we are starting with Mr. or Mrs. Or they or whatever the Shadow identifies as. We're here to battle the Shadow, but first we got to find the Shadow. So Dash puts on the hat of disguise and makes himself look like Old Man Duel so that he can recite information that we were given by Old Man Duel about the Shadow. And I'll run through that now, and then we'll be on our merry detective way. Just imagine all this in Old Man Duel voice. The most mysterious of all the 5, we're talking about the Shadow here. It is still unknown the extent of the damage he's done. He corrupts magic, both within magic users and magic items. He can implant ideas in their heads, shifting and twisting who they are. He seems to enjoy turning good people into monsters. While the Gnome and Halfling lands have experienced a great amount of peace compared to the other lands, there was a strong uptick in killing starting around the time of Chaos Day that year. It largely went unnoticed for a while in the other regions, but the paladin orders of the smaller folk were dealing with it for quite some time. His magic is incredibly hard to resist, and he was even able to corrupt some paladins and clerics. The orders were unable to stop the Shadow on their own, and the Knights of Hyronius had to step in. I'm going to drop the voice because I don't want to do it for 3 more paragraphs. The Shadow is able to move through the Shadow Fell, thus making him able to move around very quickly. It is quite possible his reach has extended to other parts of the Vale. The most likely suspect of somebody affected at this point in the timeline is a magic shop owner in Pine Deep by the name of Edwin Gristina. He's known to everyone as a very good, honest person, but he will end up being caught as the city's most lethal serial killer. While the Shadow is far from the strongest, he is incredibly hard to nail down. He can move from shadow to shadow, possess people, and move freely between the material plane and the Shadowfell. He's immune to nearly all forms of magic. However, Psychic, Force, Radiant, and whatever else you added to that, Richard, will work.
I added Force, so it's just those three.
Okay. Psychic, Force, and Radiant. He's also dangerous because he can deal out necrotic damage and drain strength. Anyone killed by him directly will have a shadow leave their corpse 1 to 4 hours later. These shadows are another potential way to track his presence, but he rarely kills directly. So that's what we know. And we're here to find that horrible thing in Pine Deep.
Sounds fine. I don't see the problem.
Sounds like a cool dude.
Dash,
He sounds like somebody I can, like, just...
Dash removes the hat in the disguise.
Well,
All right, yeah, so that's what the old man Dul said.
So, as part of the recap also, I want to give you guys a reminder of where you left off as far as your health and resources go. Finn, I have added in some health because you took in a potion.
Man, Dash is looking great.
Yeah, Dash is looking pretty good.
He still has her temp.
Low on side points, but she's doing great on health. She hasn't taken a short rest yet, so she still has that temp HP. Duel has seen better days. He's pretty low on stuff. Duel got pretty close to death as well, though not quite as close as Finn. Finn, I don't know what your blue bar is, but it looks like you're doing fine on your blue bar.
Oh, that's Bardic Inspiration. It's actually supposed to be 3 out of 4. 1 minute, I'm getting a call from California.
Okay.
Hollywood's
The whole
calling.
The warranty on your car. The warranty on
Hi,
your car.
this is the state of California. Richard, I cannot see anything other than Finn's health for the record, if he does have additional bars being displayed.
You can't see it? It's your token. What the heck is going on?
No, on Finn. I only
Oh,
see a health
Finn.
bar. If he has others.
Got it. Okay. Thank you for...
Just throwing that out there.
Also, if any of you need to fix your dark vision, can you change how much dark vision you have, or do I have to do that?
You
have to do that.
Well, that's annoying.
Has it changed for some of us?
We can only do aura.
Yes!
Okay, so...
Oh, yes, it has changed for one of us, hasn't it?
So, Kadash, let me just make sure you
I
don't
have none.
dark vision, right?
I can
I
give
have
you
none.
dark vision, though. It's not hard.
Do it!
Well, it's daylight out right now, isn't it?
Do it
Yeah,
anyway!
It's about 7:30 in the morning.
I
It
want
lasts
to
like
see.
8 hours, to be fair.
Give me dark vision until...
But assuming if you got into a spot
After-
where you needed dark vision,
Yeah, I don't have
you
it.
and Lena could potentially have it.
Sure.
Duel, you have 60 feet, I believe.
He should, yes.
Lady E.
That's 60 feet.
As does Finn.
As does Finn. Okay.
Finn and E are both half elves, right? E's half elf?
No,
Or
he is a full elf.
He's full, okay.
And half
Hey,
elf
there
already
he
has
is.
Dark vision.
Hello!
Hey.
I see
Hello,
that
everyone.
baffling behind you. I see that you're here.
I am here.
Does Finn get dark vision?
Yeah, I think he's
I
got
thought half
at
elves
least
had it.
30 feet.
We can look it
Let
up
me-
real quick.
Yeah, let's
Is
verify.
low light vision still a thing? Or
Not in
did I
this
imagine-
game.
No.
Okay, I think it's either dark or you've got it all or nothing.
Half elf has
Dark.
dark vision 60.
Oh,
All right.
I didn't realize it was 60.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna keep everybody on
Keep it for the
60
half
for
elf.
now.
Cool. We
So-
decided offline how we are going to split up the party in Pine Deep. Although I don't think Dash needs to stay with the sleepy crowd since he can still.
Okay.
He's not
Well,
really that
with
much of a
all that
magic user, but
reminder-
yeah.
With all
I
that
think it
reminder,
would
we
be
can jump in game, and then if there's any resting or healing that people
Yeah.
do, then I can bring
Yeah,
you
we-
back to
we
this
talk.
page, and you can update your stats as needed.
Yep.
So after your quest in Hell, Jean goes back to where she came from. She's going to continue working on stuff over in Glasshold Downs with the other people trying to take on the Mockery. And you guys get teleported to Pine Deep.
Ooh.
I just want to point out the giant squirrel all the way at the very top.
Yeah, I think that squirrel is out of proportion to everything else.
I was gonna say, I think the squirrel's normal, and it's the gnomes around him.
I think the gnomes are just that small.
Yeah.
Oh wow, this place is rad.
Let's just ignore the squirrel for now.
Duel,
I can't! Look at it!
Just scroll down.
Duel, you are rock gnome, correct? Or are you forest gnome?
Forest gnome.
Oh, this is gonna be great for you.
The best kind of gnome.
I like the stove, the stove, what do you call that? Pipe stove? There's a name for that kind of thing.
Yeah.
The way the way it's sticking up so high with that little chimney.
Yeah, that's rad.
I like the look of this.
Yeah, so it's a whole city like this, basically. It looks like a very cheerful town. You smell that pine tree smell, but not like the fake kind that you put in a car, but like the real pine smell.
Does it smell like Christmas?
Yeah, it smells kind of like Christmas, and you also smell some smoke from stoves and such. And it smells great here. The temperature is pretty nice. Actually, it's early morning, so you probably don't smell the stoves quite so much at this point.
Smell the morning dew.
What about breakfast? Or second breakfast?
11sies?
I think that's halflings, not
you might
gnomes.
smell some sausage or whatever. It's a little early for music being played, so it's still kind of quiet, but you can hear all the birds chirping and the little critters and all sorts of other stuff. It seems like a really nice place. Seems like a place that a lot of people would want to go here for vacation. It's roughly 80% gnomes and maybe 10 to 15% elves, and then the remainder is just you get a sprinkle of a couple travelers and visitors from other places, and so you might see the occasional dwarf or human or something. But mostly you're dealing with a gnome society.
Finally, a city that's the right size. You know, it's a little refreshing, to be honest. Well, how's everyone doing? I guess we're all slightly mortally wounded right now, or some of us are.
I'm alright. I'm out of magic, but I got 2 more maneuvers.
I do need to rest. I definitely need to rest.
Definitely. Let's get out of the open. Let's get to an inn.
I mean, that's probably for the best anyways.
You guys shortly find an inn with your passive perception.
That reindeer. Is that Rudolph?
I guess it is.
What game did you grab this out of?
I don't know. It's from like the mid-90s, I think.
It definitely is.
Here, so.
Is this like Christmas Ultima or something?
I have no idea. It's just I typed in gnome inn, and this is what came up. So anyways, yeah, you get the roughly the size of the place. The door is accommodating enough for larger folk to get in without ducking. Yet you see a gnome at the counter who is willing to help some people out. It seems like no one is having the continental breakfast at the moment.
I feel like if I sit in any of these chairs, I'm gonna bust them. This sucks.
Just sit very carefully.
No, the chairs are accommodating enough that larger folk can sit in them too.
Are they like the kid chairs though, and your like knees are up to your chest, and you're
yeah,
just like,
it's a little uncomfortable for larger folk. They kind of tried to make a compromise.
It's like just too small.
I'll sit on the floor.
Hey, Duel, these are your people. You wanna get a room for everybody?
Sure. I'll approach the innkeep.
Hello?
In Gnomish, I'll say, hello. My name is Duel. We're here looking for a room. I have a couple large folk with us, and myself as well, looking for where to stay.
Okay, looks like you've been through quite a bit there. how many rooms are you looking for? And are you looking for different sized rooms or just all together?
What types of rooms do you have? We're going to have some people stay and rest up a bit while some of us go explore the city.
Well, we got rooms with single beds and double beds, and we got up to 2 double. How many are in your party? 5?
5, correct.
Well, if we bring a cot over, we could fit you all in one room, with a two double beds, 2 wide beds, I should say. And then we just bring the cot in. We could, since you're the only gnome here, we could bring in a gnome-sized cot and then 2 doubles for the larger folk.
Oh, there will be actually a bear attending with us, actually. Do you have any accommodations for larger-sized animals?
Really? You're bringing him? Really?
Come on.
I could fetch a rug.
Indoors.
That would be fine.
Yeah, Bosco
Okay.
would like that, actually.
I would fetch a rug.
A snuggly one, please.
I hope it's a
Oh,
bearskin rug.
I was gonna say,
and
wait,
Bosco
wait,
just
maybe
sleeps
we
on
don't-
top of him.
Maybe we
First
don't
of all, how dare you?
fetch that rug. We'll figure something out.
Don't we have the massive rugs from the tower?
Do we?
Dude, those are more carpets.
Will deer be acceptable?
That's true.
Deer will
That would be quite fine.
Okay.
You might chew on it, you think?
Not if there's no meat on it.
Yeah.
Ha! You say that. My dog chews up my sheepskin.
Just in his
We'll
sleep.
take the large room, if that pleases you.
All under one room. Okay then. For all of you, it's gonna be about 2 gold each, so 10 gold total for each night.
That's not bad.
We never told him we were the knights. Who is this guy?
Kill him!
Not that kind of night.
He knows!
So I'll go ahead and plop the gold down.
Yeah.
Thank you, Finn.
So it's ready now, or good?
Yeah.
Just have to bring the cot.
Here's a key. How many nights do you think you'll be staying?
Probably 3 to 5 episodes, maybe.
I don't know how many days that equals.
Me either.
We don't either.
frankly.
Can we, why don't we say, let's start a tab, and when it's done, you will get whatever it is that you are supposed to get.
Yeah, we'll start with a week, I think.
Okay.
We go ahead and get some breakfast sent up to our room as well. We've had quite a day so far.
All right. Well, it should be fine, but we can't hold it for the weekend. So.
Are all the rooms booked up this weekend?
No, it's just it's against company policy to hold things unless you're gonna pay for them on the weekend. During the weekdays should be fine though. It's not that busy.
Okay.
It is Thorn's Day today, so you can have the room today. Unfortunately, tomorrow night is the start of the weekend though. So, unfortunately, unless you're willing to pay for more nights, I gotta only say that we can guarantee you for tonight.
Well, why don't we just go ahead and pay through the weekend then, and if we need it next week some too, we worry about that then.
Yes.
Okay.
I will fish out 30
In that case, that's
more.
30 gold.
Oh, I was plopping down my own gold unless you were using the
Oh, I was
group
grabbing.
fund.
No, please, I want to pay. Take my gold.
Okay, thank you. 30 gold will get you through till Moon Day.
Wait,
Check
so
out.
are we
Check
using
out
your
at
gold or
11
my-
a.m. Okay.
Sorry,
Wait,
say one more time.
Who paid?
Checkout is at 11 a.m.
Oh, 11.
Just Venmo him, Finn.
Okay.
I don't know who this Venmo person is, but as long as he's got the money.
It's a new spell, actually.
Oh.
Sounds like it would be the name of a wizard.
I am
Venmo!
Venmo!
The monetary
The
wizard!
great Venmo!
Master alchemist and
You may know-
bookkeeper.
You may know create food and drink, but only I create dollars and cents.
Oh,
I don't know what dollars and cents are, but here's your room. Please move on.
Please leave.
Go away from me.
Please.
Please stop this genie and this half elf from doing routines everywhere they go.
That is a good point. Is anybody disguising themselves as anything else, or are you just looking like you do?
I was just looking like I do.
You got the hat too.
Are they giving me looks?
You roll
I'm
roll for insight.
Oh, I mean, I'm currently just in genie
We do
form.
have.
Just so you know, my insight is well, okay. I didn't do too bad on that one.
All right, so
Interesting, I see a 9.
with that insight,
I see a 9 too. That's weird.
It's a purple dice. It's Andrew's.
He feels a bit safer because of the paladin gnome that's nearby, but he does kind of look like, oh, that's a genie. That's a genie, all right. Haven't heard the greatest of things from my elven friends.
I slam my dagger down and I say, "You better believe it." And then I go up to my room. Just kidding.
He's much worse. His bark is much worse than his bite.
Okay, then.
He doesn't have a bite.
I did want to ask you, Innkeep, before we go, we're here actually on business looking for someone. Someone by the name of Edwin Grestina. We believe he might be
He has a great shop.
Yes.
A great shop that we heard great things about, and we thought we'd check it out.
Edwin's Magical Items?
That's the one.
Oh, yeah. No, it's like it's one of the best ones in town.
That's what we heard. That's why we're here, right? Right, dude?
Dash, not even picking up on the joke, is like, yes, that sounds awesome. I'll buy more cool things.
Okay. Well, yeah. I'll when you're all ready, I'll give you some directions.
Great. Let's we're gonna go ahead and unpack a little bit and then be back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gonna take a nap, probably. Yeah.
Alrighty. Alright, so you head on up to your room.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have another graphic for that, but you go up to your room.
Finn immediately, looks out the window, scopes the situation, slams the window shut, or the curtains shut, and just kind of, looks around the room for anything that looks like a scrying orb or anything funky, and just kind of surveys.
Roll for investigation.
That wanted to be
you're
20.
pretty exhausted, and you're not so sure. You're not confident in yourself right now.
You can take over looking through the room.
You don't find anything, but you're not convinced that
Finn,
there's nothing
honey,
there.
why don't you sit down before you fall down?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good idea.
And when you wake up from your much-deserved nap, we need to talk about my other genie friend.
Mm-hmm.
Something happened to him?
No, but that's what the talk is about, so that something does not happen to him.
Oh, okay. Okay, good. Okay.
Lady is about 90% confident that there's nothing in here.
Seems that the room is safe.
Is she exactly 90% confident?
She might be.
Exactly. If
There
you roll
is a
19,
90%.
95% confident.
All right. Okay, guys. So we did it. Batham is no more, and we did it on his turf, so should stick, so long as he doesn't get brought back. Good work, everyone. By the way, I don't think we covered that last time, but nice work, everyone. Finn, glad you're still here with us. It was a little bit of a dicey one at the end there.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, don't go letting anything happen till that clone's finished, huh? Or, don't let anything happen.
At all. Ideally.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it'd be kind of cool to have 2 Finns at some point.
Not exactly how that works, but...
No? Oh. Well, then don't let anything happen.
So I think we should discuss our strategy going forward here. Deep Pine is, some would say, the capital of the Gnomish people.
No, it's not. Lieberton's the capital, but this is definitely the biggest city in the area. This is more like a.
It's just
like a place for people to kind of like vacation or retire, sort of.
We're in the Nantucket of gnomes.
Is this Miami?
It's more like it's more like the Florida of gnomes feel.
Yeah.
You're down south.
Florida.
It is one of
You have to worry about Florida Man. You have to worry about Pine Deep Man now.
It's near the area where a lot of the sun elves come to retire, and even some high elves.
Sun-dried elves, maybe.
And you got the folks up in like they're up there in Palatka, and then
My grandfather used to say that.
There's also some wild elves from Corin that long ago. This is like ancient history at this point, but Finn would know about this. That like long ago, some wild elves were kicked out of Corin, and so they traveled by boat all the way down, and then kind of settled where the south part of the gnomish land is now.
Huh. Interesting.
I think, well, regardless, Pine Deep is a pretty massive city, important city for the gnomes. It's kind of a hub of magic, both items and crafting and research. Actually, I came here more than a few times when I was younger with my dad, Winston, to show off his wares and studies and theories and things like that. You're likely to find some crazy items here that you might not be able to find anywhere else.
Can you think of any reason why the shadow would be hanging out here?
Well, the gnomes are naturally tinkerers, and they're also naturally gifted. But they also tend to be overlooked. There aren't many stories of great gnomish heroes. So if something were to happen here, it might not be on everyone's radar. It's actually not a bad place to strike if you were the god of...
Old Man Duel said that the shadow could corrupt magic and magical items, if this is the center point for that.
Richard, how would Pine Deep compare to Illyria as far as, like, magical prowess?
Illuria's gone.
No, in its heyday.
Oh.
Yeah, in its heyday. It's definitely not as big as Illyria. I think that there's not as much ambition as there is curiosity, and so that affects the level of magic that often gets created here. So it's not like a huge hub of like drastic world-changing innovation. It's more like, oh, look at this cool little nifty thing I made. So it's just a much simpler place. So you're gonna find a lot of magical items here and stuff, but it's not necessarily all like, oh my god, amazing stuff. It's like Xanathar's Guide stuff. I mean, not only
I'm buying
Listen.
like 6 more spice pouches.
Zap, don't you dare say anything about the billowing cloak.
I want it. I really want it.
Can we all just get decked out with
billowing
clockwork
cloaks.
amulets, billowing cloaks?
I also want the
spike.
one.
I don't
spice
roll for
pouches.
attacks anymore. I just take 10.
Yeah.
No, but it's not that. It's not just that stuff. You can find powerful stuff here too.
Sure.
It just like I said, it's not built off of ambition nearly so much as it's just genuine, almost childlike curiosity.
And then
Well,
Child,
it sounds like there's a lot. Sounds like there's a lot to see then, but who needs to take a nice rest first?
I could take 30 minutes. And
All right, you take a rest real quick while I put my dogs in my room because I'm tired of hearing their bark.
I really only need a short one, to be honest.
Yeah,
Just a quick nap.
I feel fine.
But
so that's an hour.
sure, I just imagined that Finn, you and Dul need a bit more than a power nap.
We definitely do. I took a lot of beatings back there. I'd kind of like you to stay with us here, Kadash, though, if Lady E and Lena would be willing to go out and, I guess, scout the area a bit.
Hey, if you two are going to be sleeping for a while, you're going to need a bodyguard, right?
I would certainly appreciate it. And if the shadow is watching, and I think he is, we need disguises. We need to lay low and to not draw attention to ourselves. And Kadash, you remember the last time we were trying to lay low from a Dark Six member?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You turned giant into the middle of time, in the middle of square. And,
No, that sounds like a dream you had.
nearly started a riot, I think.
I don't know.
I'm recalling a statue of Asmodeus.
This does not sound like me. No.
So anyways, a bodyguard for when we're sleeping.
You got it. Just give me give me like an hour first. If I can get some crashing in, and then I'll be all good to watch you.
Great. And Eve, do you want to? I know you rest a little bit differently than we do. Do you have a preference?
Well, I can trance and be done a lot quicker and regain my mind a little bit. I took out a lot to fight Batham.
I would say do what you need to do here. We need to be at our full wits going forward from here. I don't think this is going to be a foe we've fought before.
Speaking of being at our full wits, while you're talking, Finn has like changed into common clothes and out of his leather armor, and he's poured himself like a triple of whiskey and just slams it back and just starts getting ready to sleep. Okay.
Well, E, if you're going to do your trance thing, and then if you need your nap, why don't you guys just wake me up on your way out so I can watch these two, huh?
Sounds good.
Alright, so update your tokens as needed. If you're doing short rest, you can do your hit die or whatever it is. Do whatever you need to do.
I am down a whole 9 HP.
So
but I'll do some.
He gets a long rest on a trance, which is 4 hours. Do you guys want to head out before Lady E is done, or do you want to wait for the 4 hours?
Well, it's just you and Lena heading out.
I need 30 minutes and I can regain all of my key points. But somebody needs to...
Did you hear that
come
too,
from?
Tony?
Where did that
I heard
come
that. I don't know
from?
what that was.
Something was weird. That was strange.
What the fuck was that?
I don't know.
Was
I
that-
heard it too.
Is that the shadow? That was really... We all heard that, right? Just like a little girl
Some
like
weird
laughed?
anime, like, yeah. What? The
I didn't hear
what?
anything.
I heard it.
Yeah.
Have a tab on your end, Ryan?
I don't think so.
Okay. We all definitely heard... Like, we all, like, for like a second heard like a...
Yeah.
Yeah, there was
That
definitely
was
something there.
That was super weird. Very appropriate.
Fuck.
Amanda's
Appropriate
watching
shadows
Gilmore
the answer
Girls,
to be
maybe.
I don't didn't sound like
No,
you did
it
that.
was
I don't
like
know, that
really present.
That was weird. All right, you gotta Artem, please trim that clip out because this episode just got haunted or something.
Yeah, what hour was that? What are we on?
was
We're in
so
all right. That was 30 minutes. Okay.
Okay, yeah, trim that out. Anyways, I'm gonna roll, guys. I'm gonna literally roll like 1 hit die, maybe 2.
So I'm gonna long rest. Get all my points back.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll that 1 single hit die.
Do you want me to take the hat, or should you keep the hat? Or that'd save time if you just kept the hat. Never mind. I'll just change
Disguise.
clothes and do my hair different or something. I have a cloak. Wait, I got a cloak.
So
I mean, it's up to you. I'm staying indoors watching them. I'll just short rest. I'll get my 2 maneuvers back and my action surge and whatnot, because you never know.
So what's the deal? Or is anybody going out before the rest of the party?
I think Lena and Lady E are, but this is still 4 hours after we arrive.
All right, so that means that we're putting ourselves into
Noon.
around
Noonish.
around
Midday.
11:30ish.
Yeah.
Yep. About
Okay.
noon.
So yeah, coming to about noon.
Before they go out, can I, based on my background, can I give them any helpful information, any names? Granted, this would be like 35 years ago, but anything I can tell them about this place that could help them?
Also, if
I don't
any
know,
of you,
what kind of info would you want to have?
I don't know, like if a gnome offers you to play with one of his tinkering inventions, you always say yes, because if you say no, they get very offended or something like that.
No, I don't have anything like that prepared.
Do you guys have a
Like that.
shopping list? I know we're looking for disguises, but like beyond that, since we're gonna be looking in shops anyway.
If you can find a portable hole, I've been looking for one.
I'm not gonna ask what that's for, but I think I know.
You know, there might actually be armorers here for my size. If you see any that are like mine but quieter, I would really appreciate it.
Dash will just say, "Surprise me." If you find something cool, I'll pay you back.
Surprise for Dash is what I'm writing.
I actually wrote that down. I just wrote surprise.
Okay.
I feel like Lady E's like writing nothing.
You bring Dash
She's just
back
doing the motions, but nothing's being written on.
Pretend to write something.
Before we leave, I'm going to change into my silk cloth thing of color changing. What's my actual trademark name? Hold on.
The blue and
Magical silky garment of the color changing like whoa.
What is that?
Is
What
that
did
what
you
you
get?
named your?
It
It's
was what you bought from the
it's
tabaxi.
She was drunk.
the silk like sari thing that I bought when I was really drunk. He said it looks blue, but also it looks white, so I called it magical. For 75 gold, it's wicked magical.
I'm just gonna he's gonna wrap the rest of the cloak around so that it's just sort of, you know, like a traveler would have.
We don't have anything that can like change hair color, right? Do we have like I don't know?
Not
Or,
yet.
Doesn't Finn keep cool hair dyes and
or
disguise
ash or something that I
I
could just
do.
to darken my hair up a little bit.
kit? Finn's got that whole disguise kit.
Yeah, I've got a disguise kit and stuff.
There's hair.
Then I
dye
just
in there.
need something to like color my hair, just like temporary, just like a darker color.
Finn throws back another double shot of whiskey and says, "Honey, I got you." And he starts like digging through his bag.
That's drinking.
Thank you. Yeah, because he took another shot.
Oh, okay.
Thank you,
And
honey.
then
Uh,
when we're done in like, oh.
Yeah, maybe he's been drinking too much because his disguise is not the best it's been.
just like patches that are still really blonde.
No, let's see. An 11 is above average, kinda.
If he nat one it, would
Roughly
you have
average.
been like
Finn,
mind
there's-
flared
You
again
just
and
put
just
sunglasses on. You're just wearing
There's, like-
sunglasses and a hat. I can still see it to you.
All right, fine. Different hair color. Different hair color. Let's
With
try
an
this
11,
again.
somebody with a higher than average passive perception would be able to tell that it was a disguise.
Well, after
All right,
dual
but how smart
ridicules,
is
I
the shadow,
re-rolled.
really?
I busted out more stuff and went and got a 23. How about that?
All right, she's got a 23 to disguise now, so somebody's got to get past a 23 to see through it.
Shit.
I would also
dark
like
hair.
to
This looks okay.
pass off the helm of understanding shit to Lady
TM.
Ladrin.
Hmm.
This might come in handy.
Yes, it will.
I mean,
Although-
Lena's got the sun and moon business, so
Looks.
I can understand them. They can understand me.
Now you can both speak and understand them. All right.
Okay, let's go.
the only thing,
Bye.
the only like
so it's just Duel and Finn that are staying behind?
I'm staying behind to be their bodyguard because I only took a short rest.
Okay.
But they're long resting.
If you don't draw any kind of dick on Duel's face, I'm gonna be
So
severely
they're basically
disappointed.
they're gonna be out till nearing dinner time, like late after.
Yeah.
4 more hours.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
it's-
okay. So I guess only till like 3:30 then. So never mind. Regardless, so as they go to sleep, as they're going to sleep and the others are heading out, I just tap Duel. Well, no, I guess he'd already be asleep. So retcon just before Duel goes to sleep, I just tap him and say, "Hey, what you were saying about no gnome heroes? Don't sell yourself short. There's some pretty powerful ones out there. I can think of at least one.
Aw.
Good night, sweet prince.
I'm talking about you, by the way.
Oh. Wait, did you say sell myself short?
Yes, I was hoping to slide that one in.
Good night, Kadash.
Good night."
We're in a
All right,
gnome
so
city.
With that, Lena and Lady E are gonna venture off on their own for some girl time.
Girl
And,
time.
where are they gonna go?
First things first. If this is like a relatively simple village or city, are there like public message / notice boards anywhere?
Yeah.
What's on them? Because if there's already starting to be like a series of murders, that would be great to know about.
Alrighty. Yeah, so the main thing that would catch your eye on notice boards is like a drawing of a goblin. It's like, watch out for goblin on the loose. If you know anything about goblins, please report what you know to the PDPD.
PD. All right. PD. So there's a goblin that's on the loose here.
It's a goblin, though. They're not exactly known to always be friendly. That's standard, I think.
If they're not from this area, it could be something that the Shadow hitched a ride on.
Maybe. That's true.
Assuming they even need that.
Or it can just be some asshole.
Oh, it's always going to be some asshole.
That's fair, too. So, we want to go find this magic shop first, or should we skirt around and pretend that we don't know where we're going?
If we go about and buy disguises for the rest of the party, then we could walk into many shops looking like we're just looking at their wares.
Shopping day, I like it. We haven't done a shopping day in a long time. I'm good. Let's go.
So, are there any, like, tailors or anything?
I feel like technically it's only been like a week.
Right,
It actually has, yeah.
So much shit has happened between then.
Wait, yeah, like you did a shopping day in South Bay. That was not that long ago. That was like 3 or 4 days ago.
I'm talking like dress shop.
Okay.
That was way back.
There are absolutely tailor shops and everything you could imagine.
Cool. Can we just get like a set of clothes for every member of the party that looks nice, but it's not like...
Finn is technically good. He's got that snazzy armor. He can just change it. Right?
I think
he has the glamored armor.
It's glamour, but I think it just changes with whatever spells you use. It doesn't actually change on its own. Does it?
I thought he can change it to look how he wants.
Oh, okay, cool. So then,
so he's good.
Something for duel that's not heavy plate armor.
Fine clothes, I believe, cost 15 gold. So if you're talking about semi-fine clothes, we'll call it like it's somewhere between 5 and 10 gold per outfit.
Okay. So
20.
You will notice that many of the gnomes have a certain aesthetic, and so you can choose to have a gnomish aesthetic, or you could go for something else. But a lot of their clothes are kind of this design of kind of tunics with leery kind of hats, big straw hats.
Let's get
Can
duel
we get
something.
duel?
Yeah.
Can we get duel this giant fucking hat?
I think
Like,
we need to get.
I will pay for it.
You would notice that even some elves and other people have kind of adapted their clothing to kind of fit in, and even some other races also have clothes that are somewhat similar to that.
I mean, technically, Dosh doesn't really need clothes either. I think it might be...
Does Dosh not need clothes?
Well, he's got the hat.
Oh.
We have bitchin'
Does that
hat
also
that
change his clothes?
somebody's using. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's an appearance thing.
Then just me and Duel need something different.
I don't suppose I can't talk you into wearing this absurd hat.
Oh god. But I am buying one for Duel.
Atta girl.
To be clear, what kind of big hat is this? Like, are we talking like sombrero?
It's the lawn gnome hat, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, great.
You'll fit in!
Listen,
It's nothing. It's
I
neither
had to
here nor
wear
there.
the Colovian fur hat in Morrowind for a long time, and it looks stupid, but it's great armor.
Don't laugh. Don't laugh. He
we'll
gives me
try to
poison
find-
resist. Don't
Maybe
nobody
we'll-
laugh.
Tony, start the Photoshop now.
All right, so I'm gonna spend money on those 2 sets of clothing. Do we want to go into the magic shop? Let's not go
Well,
into the.
I don't think going in there right away
Yeah.
would be great.
Should
I think
we
shopping around first.
Should we look in a magic shop to see if they have the things that they wanted?
Yeah, something adjacent, something not quite that shop, if that's possible.
Yeah.
So you go into a different magic shop?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You go into a different magic shop, and it's kind of like Garl's Little Tinkers from the Flying Circus. It's basically a whole bunch of common stuff from Xanathar's Guide. So I could see if I could find that again.
For surprise potentials, would you say like a wand of smiles was in there, or like a wand of scowls, or
Yes.
a bitchin' billowing cloak? Because Jesus.
Yes, those things are in there.
You know what? I think Zosh should really like fucking with people with wand of smiles.
Okay.
Cause yes. Or the wand of scowls.
So if you'd like some of those, they're about 100 gold each.
Oh god. Where
Is
is it?
it, is it worth it?
He's my bae. Yes, it's worth it.
All right.
Also, wand of fucking smiles. Okay.
He's gonna go up to the person at the register.
Okay. Hello there?
Hello. You know, I was wondering, I don't mean to, well, bring up any weirdness, but I'm looking at the different shops around here. There's quite a lot of magic shops.
What kind of magic you looking for?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just traveling through. But say, you can help me, and tell me, there was this one that I saw, and I was wondering what they had in there. I just haven't stopped in. The one that, Edwin Christina owns. What kind of...
Oh yeah, that one's well known. Well, yeah, we got lots of little tinkering stuff here. But if you want the more powerful stuff, he's a place to go to. He's also got a pretty good, well-rounded shop. Gonna get yourselves all sorts of things. He's got little bits of armor, potions, rings, rods, scrolls, staffs, wands, weapons, wondrous items. He's got a little sampling of all of them. Travelers certainly like him. It's kind of one-stop shopping, you know what I mean?
Oh, he travels?
No. Travelers like him.
Oh.
Yeah, you know, the people who are coming in just, you know, don't want to go to a bunch of different places. They just kind of go there. So he's kind of jack of all trades, you know, doesn't really specialize in anything, but, you know, has a little bit of everything. Kind of what he's known for.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, sure thing. Anything else I can help you with?
I believe
Just
my
the wand,
friend
I think.
would be purchasing something.
Just this wand.
What's this wand? Oh, that's a popular one.
I bet it is. Wait.
Alrighty, one wand of smiles for you. Can I get your name, please, so I can write it down and give you a little receipt?
Adriana.
Adriana and last name?
Whitechapel.
Adriana Whitechapel. Alright. Awesome, here you go. And he's
Thank
gonna give
you.
you a wand of smiles for 100 gold.
I'm so ready for this. I'm so ready for it.
God, everybody get their alter egos ready. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oh, did we decide on those?
Some of us did.
I don't remember that.
I don't remember that discussion at all.
It happened on one of the posts.
It was in a comment, like,
Oh,
thread, I
okay.
think. I don't want to go straight there, but
Hmm.
can I buy you breakfast really fast?
Well, while you guys figure that out, let's cut to the others real
People
quick.
watch a minute.
People watch.
Yeah.
Yes.
Come on.
let's cut back because I think there was some discrepancy over what Finn was gonna do. So I guess after they all left, Finn was gonna wake up after half an hour and be like,
no,
"Whoa."
I mean, at this point, it's fine. If I go to sleep when Lady E was going to be meditating, then 4 hours after they get back, or 4 after, that's fine. I already hit the long rest, so that's fine.
We'll say that Finn hit the pillow and just did not wake up after that because he was so exhausted.
You get your spells back.
Okay. Yeah, but I had only used like 3 slots.
We also talked about it on Facebook, and you liked the comment, so...
Like the comment on what?
On Dual, Finn, and Kadash taking a long rest, and Lena and E going out and scouting around.
I think it makes sense in character, too, because Finn had just nearly died.
Yeah, it makes sense. It's fine.
He'd be exhausted. Alright, so... alright, in that case, there's probably not much going on. Kadash, do you do anything as you're watching over them as they're passed out, sleeping? They're in like a post-battle coma?
I'm just watching over them, probably just tossing the knife back and forth, talking to Dralfie about how cool it was that we got in the killing blow.
Yeah, Dralfie's just like, yes, it was the best kill I've had in ages, possibly ever.
Cool.
You and I make a good team.
It's true. So it's like, it's just hours of that.
Yeah.
just them broing down as he talks to him through a dagger.
Just a genie talking to his dagger.
Yep. What?
All right, so weird. We'll cut back over to Lena and Lady E to finish out their thing then until they go back to the inn and everybody meets up. Do you do anything, or is it just kind of people watching and other stuff?
Yeah, what do we do for 4 hours?
Breakfast.
Breakfast. Go and eat.
Yes.
You go and you have
just
breakfast.
Kind of sit and watch people as we eat. Like, have you people talk, man?
It's true.
Yeah, if you want to do that, you can roll for perception to see if you can overhear people talking.
Yes.
Oh, you know, this used to be there used to be a whole skill for this, like getting information in a city. It used to be gather information.
Yeah.
The only time it was ever used.
Yep.
Right.
Well, roll your perceptions to see if you guys can hear anything. Alright, so both of you rolling it over 20? Yeah, you can hear there's some people talking about how a goblin last night beat somebody to death in the middle of the street, and it was from what they've heard, it's pretty horrifying, and they're just like, oh my gosh, I've never locked my doors before, but now I'm starting to think I'm gonna lock my doors. It can't be too safe. It's one thing when there were the goblin raids and they were ready for them, but now it's just this seemingly one rogue goblin just going around doing all this, and it's hard, especially if they can't catch him, we better lock our doors.
Did they say which street?
No, they didn't say which street.
It's looking more and more likely that the shadow hitched a ride on a goblin. Or it could just be a goblin.
No, I don't think a single goblin would go into the city and just start calling attention to itself.
It is strange. Did they say who they killed, or did it seem like just a regular citizen?
I think they roll again for perception, both of you, see if you can get a name.
Like, was it a celebrity death, or?
No, you don't hear any names.
Yeah.
It's just the general thing of like, oh my gosh, somebody was beaten in the streets?
Could also be somebody disguised as a goblin.
Very true.
But what you gather is someone was beaten in the middle of the night, in the middle of the street. You just beaten to death with a club by a goblin. That's all you've been able to gather.
Okay.
Are you done with your scone? Mine's. I mean, it's okay. It tastes like it was made yesterday.
Bosco might like it.
Bosco might like it. You're right.
I mean,
You ready to go to the magic shop?
should we wait for the rest of the group to go to the magic shop?
We could, or we could just scope the place out a little bit.
I do worry about us getting made that quickly.
What if I scoped it out a little bit?
Shouldn't go in there alone.
Are you... Never mind. Yeah. Yeah, we can probably just scope it out from the outside, walk by it. Bring the rest later.
Yeah. Let's take a look around the area.
Okay. So, you go to the outside of the shop, and it's kind of up in a tree, like many things are. And from outside, you can notice that there is a sign on the door.
Hmm?
Camper.
He's not home. Could be a real quick in and out job.
Is there a window you can see into?
I would roll for history real quick.
Okay.
And Lena, as the relative of a magic shop owner, you should be able to have advantage on this.
I think that's a hint.
I think that's a hit too. Which is good, because my history is shit. Not awful, though. 14.
Okay. Well, Lady E certainly knows that magic shops are usually alarmed because there's a lot of valuable stuff in there.
Alarmed.
So,
I can go in. I can shadow.
not to say that nothing's impossible,
I can shadow step in.
but
I don't have to touch the ground. I can be
often-
invisible.
often magic shops are magically armed.
Magic Florida right now. That's like 8 times worse than regular Florida.
Instead of a shotgun, it's just a wand with a lever action rifle on the side.
A double barrel wand of magic missiles?
Also alligators.
A gator wielding a double barrel magic missile wand.
A weregator. Yeah, he's waiting in there for you.
Fucking want to, but I know we should fucking...
If there are glyphs in there, it could get very bad very fast.
It'd be fine.
Is there a window
case
to
of
look
an
into?
emergency.
Yes. Yes, there is. You can look through the window.
And they're in the window.
Just a face
See?
looking back at you. What are you doing here?
That would scare the fuck out of me, man. For realsies. I can't handle that.
Looking through the windows, it's somewhat gated in a kind of honeycomb fashion, but I'll just send you to the thing so you can kind of visually look around and see. It looks like a magic shop. Got a little cash register and ledger and all
That
sorts of
potion over
magic
there is
items all
25%
around.
off.
Right?
These magic items are not an accurate representation of what items are actually in inventory, but I will give you an inventory list should you actually end up.
And that staff is like 300? Look at that.
Are there any obvious booby trap things, like a glyph like on the floor or something?
Roll for investigation.
Okay. Get another 60-foot radius thing just affecting the whole town,
The whole tree.
right?
Yes, you can see that there are glyphs on the floor.
I don't have to touch the floor.
That's a dangerous prospect. Might not be the only thing booby trapped in there.
Today in known news, 5 strangers enter a town and immediately breaking.
I'm not doing it right now. Okay, fine. Maybe we can come back later and I'll be here.
Who do you think this camper is? And if we can shout for him,
If you look all around, you can see that the tree does spiral up, and there seems to be a residence up above this shop.
be a better place to start.
Yeah, but it says emergency. What do we have a magical emergency that would
No.
not set this guy off and be irritated?
But if we're travelers that were hoping to shop here, we could simply stop by to ask what the...
When he'll be back?
Yeah.
That's true. We'll go upstairs. Or we can shout, I guess. It says shout.
Well, it's not an emergency. Let's not alarm him.
I really want to alarm somebody, though. I just...
The opposite of what we want to do.
I know.
Please, Lena. Please.
Make one bad decision. All right, let's walk upstairs.
One?
Look, bitch.
You want to go upstairs and start spying on the
Not
residents?
spying, just politely inquire as to when they believe the vendor will be back home.
Knock on the door.
All right, you guys are doing it?
Yep.
Alrighty. So let me just do this. You knock on the door, and who answers but a human
Fortnite character.
A human
Yeah, right.
dressed in kind of gnomish style clothing.
Oh.
At first, you think he's an elf because of the clothes, but then if you look at his ears, you notice he's human. He's also kind of bulky for an elf.
I just picture it being too small, and he's like, hello.
I've 100% used pictures of this guy for things at work. By
Yeah.
the way. It's just one of the Fortnite guys.
Yep.
Are you Camper?
Camper Fortnite, that's the name.
Oh. We
Oh,
saw
boy.
the sign downstairs.
All right.
Not
Goodbye.
Emergency. It's not an emergency, but we were wondering when the shop would be open for business again. Did he tell you when he would be coming back?
He did not. He didn't make it sound like he would be gone for too long. I'm hoping that he will be back within the next day or so, because I'm kind of on call until then. Is there something that I can help you with?
Oh, we were wondering at taking a look at the wares, but we have to wait. When did he leave?
He left really early this morning before the sun even came up.
Oh, I see. Some family matter.
He said he had some business to do.
I see. Well, but he didn't happen to put you in charge of the store.
Yeah, it's kind of part of the arrangement. He lets me rent out the upstairs area, and I kind of help run the shop as needed.
I see.
In like cases of emergencies. But this isn't really my thing.
But I mean, if we were wanting to purchase something and you are here right now, you couldn't open up the door and let us take a look, and we could maybe buy something through you?
Yeah, I can do that. Hold on. And he's just gonna shut the door on you and lock it, and then you can kind of like hear his footsteps. He's gonna start heading downstairs through another way.
Oh,
You know, looking at the hat on somebody else, like somebody of a normal size, I almost feel bad for getting one for Duel,
I don't.
but not that bad. A little bad at the same time. They're laughable. They are not good hats.
All right, so he opens up the door downstairs, and you guys can go into the magic shop.
Okay.
Ah, yes.
Without setting off the alarms.
He's deactivated any alarms. You're good.
So, when we get in there, first thing I want to do is just take like a better look around it and see if there are any other alarms other than what was on the floor. Like, is he like deactivating something over the door as we come up to it or something?
Yeah, it's kind of like an ADT thing,
Okay.
but magical. Those gnomes and their craftiness. Although you get the sense that this whole area is elf-sized and not gnome-sized.
Huh.
You just notice the little things like the height of the register, all the other stuff. It seems like this magic store owner is not a gnome.
You know,
He's a Goliath.
Jesus. You know, being here in Pine Deep, I didn't think that Edwin would not be a gnome. As she's like looking at the stuff in there.
Yeah, well, he's an elf, all right.
Oh, I didn't expect that either, actually.
Yeah. There's a number of elves here too.
You don't happen to have just a general knowledge of his overall stock, do you? I don't want to badger you with too many questions that you're not going to be prepared for.
He left a list because I'm not too good with this just by identifying. He's got like some stickers so that way I can tell what goes with what. And so he'll pull up an inventory to give you, which I'm just going to add to the Facebook page real quick.
Also, is that roped off back room actually there?
That was the stairs that lead up to his residential
Okay,
area.
so it's just stairs. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's just stairs.
It's not a murderer hole in the back of the shop.
No, it's just stairs leading up to the where
Why
he
not?
lives. It's a good question, though. That is a good question.
Is there anything I should be casting right now to help? God damn it! This is really where we need the other party because it's like they have the detect.
Oh, I mean, we
spell.
got in. We have a face. We're interested in magic-y items.
All right. Edwin's Magic Shop Inventory .pdf is up on the page.
Ah, yes. La la la. Here we
Oh
go.
man, time to spend all of our gold. Oh my god, it's a PDF.
I see at least one potion that I want.
Armor. Oh, poor Duel. Only one shield.
We have another How to Disguise.
How dumb would it be if we bought it and immediately used it to then break into this place?
Oh, no other potion of speed.
know, I
what is a
want-
tentacle rod?
You don't.
You know
wanna
what it is.
Google it.
It's a fun
You feel
time
it.
for the whole family. No.
So the issue is that
Plus
Finn's
2
portable
wand of the
hole is
war
here,
mage.
but I can't afford it because
That
I
sounds
spent
very
all my
Finn.
money.
What are you looking at?
Finn's portable hole is here.
Oh,
That +2 wand looks pretty great for Finn, too.
it is there. Shit.
Mhm.
Wand of the
See,
War
I'm-
Mage? Yeah, that's a good wand. I'd say.
For something like that, I would like to get a beat on it while we can.
For the portable hole or the War Mage?
Yeah. Just because that's something he's definitely been looking for.
He has the money for it.
I have 1,900.
Really? Because
Yeah.
E has 588 platinum.
What's your deal? Where do you get all this money? Why do you
She
have all
never
this?
spent the starting money.
Why have you not bought anything? Jeez. I mean, you bought us train tickets, you bought us the dress, you bought us rooms. How do you... Shit, lady.
She's rich.
Should we just bring Finn back here? I don't want to risk it vanishing.
Why is the
Or somebody
manual
buying
of
it.
Golems Volume 3 more expensive than Volume 4?
So that's the
that's
one
a
with all
first
the
edition.
interesting hentai and stuff.
First edition, it's signed by the author.
Oh, I see. Mirror of Life Trapping. Excuse me?
There's some pretty heavy stuff in there.
Excuse me? What
There
does that do?
is. You look at the substitute magic keeper. He's like, I don't know, but I actually don't think that's here right now. I saw him take a big mirror with him when he left, so I guess he was making a delivery. But the
That's
mirror's not
possible.
here.
Can I roll Arcana to see if he knows what that is? What it does?
Sure.
Because player is like, red flags.
Arcana 26 is pretty damn good. E has heard of this kind of magic during her time in Eluria because it was a huge magical city and there was talk of such things, and she also spent a lot of time in the library, so somehow or another she knows that a mirror of life trapping is basically a magical item that you can get people to look into a mirror, and if they see their own reflection, they get trapped inside the mirror.
I'm gonna file that into the back of my head for Shadow would totally do that.
I was gonna say, add that to the Google Doc.
So, and he took it with him, which is the big. Wait, he said he left this morning.
Also, I would roll an investigation real quick to see if there's one other thing you notice when looking at this inventory.
Oh, I love rolling investigations.
Investigation 17. All right. I don't think you noticed anything at this point. Maybe when the rest of the party comes back, maybe you can
No.
take another look at things. No.
There's the big version of the portable of the bag of holding here.
The haversack.
Yeah.
There's a few things. We definitely need to come back with everybody else.
All right, then let's get the portable hole right now.
Okay.
So it's
all right. So Lady E's gonna give 3,000 gold for the portable hole.
We can go halvesies on it.
Okay.
Okay.
1,500 from both of us.
Alrighty, he will ring you up, and he's gonna go over to the ledger, write down that the portable hole was sold for 3,000, and then he's gonna ask for your names.
Ellie Dame.
Ellie Dame and
Adriana, Whitechapel.
We can hear it sounds like the shadows inside of this guy.
Did he turn into a robot?
Adriana Whitechapel. Okay.
We kill him immediately. It's the shadow.
You're super roboting, and it's like, oh, this guy's definitely the murderer.
Yeah.
All right, he writes you down for all that stuff, and you're good to go.
Do we see
Thank
where?
you so much for opening the shop up. We appreciate it.
Yeah, sure thing. I'm gonna go back to bed now.
Do we see where he puts the ledger?
He just seems to leave the ledger out on the counter.
Okay. If we are,
Amateur.
if we're interested in coming back and buying something else, do you have hours of yours? When are you usually home?
I mean, I just kind of stay here a lot. I don't really do much, so if you have to,
While E is
try to come
speaking
back.
with him, can I try to slide a hand the ledger?
just try to come back before like 10, please. Like, I don't want to be up. Like, I don't want to be woken up late at night.
I see. You don't go out and like party at night or anything like that? It seems. I mean, I know Pine Deep isn't.
Well, I mean, I go down to the Nasty Tavern sometimes.
The Nasty Tap.
Yeah, the Nasties. You know, it's good time.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, it's underneath a tree. It's good. Good stuff, good people.
Okay,
Managed by elves, so it's a little easier for people my height. But it's a good place to meet all kinds of people. All sorts of people go there of different races and such, so you're looking to get a good mixture of people, not just gnomes. It's a good place for that.
I see. Okay. Well, that's good to know. Alright, did you actually...
Alright, I'll see you later. Thanks for stopping by.
Hey.
Bye.
Did nothing happen from the thing Cindy was doing?
I reached out to grab it and I like paper cut my fucking finger and I was just like, it's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Yeah, does that seem... were you trying to take the ledger?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, that didn't work.
it's too heavy. It's like stuck to the table or something. I don't
What-
know. Let's just get the fuck out of here.
What actually happened?
I don't know. It was 2 11s in a row, so I'm gonna say that she like reached her hand over, but then she noticed that he was moving his eyes over to look towards it, and she just moved her hand back. Like, I'm not even gonna try.
Oh, okay. So it
She
wasn't
just lost confidence.
the.
You need to like flash your tits or something. Just go ahead.
I'm not gonna lie. I have a spell that's basically that. But do we need the ledger for anything?
Not really. We can come back later. Somebody can talk to him while somebody flips through it or something.
Do we want it?
I'm done making bad decisions for now.
Fuck it. Let's make a bad decision. He needs to make a charisma saving throw.
Okay.
You're flashing your tits without even having to flash your tits. That's good.
A charisma saving throw?
Yep.
Alright, 1 second.
I like to imagine that E like saw Lena reaching for it. She's like, "You're gonna kill us."
He does not save on a DC 19.
So, I choose him as the creature, obviously, and everybody else is invisible to him because he is so thoroughly distracted by me. Probably because E says something like, "Oh, so maybe I'll see you at the nasty sometime."
Yeah, that'd be nice. You, in town?
Yeah, I'm only here for a little while. Are you going to be there tonight?
Can be.
Well,
You gonna be there?
maybe I will.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, thanks, bye!
She's gonna slowly slip out with Lena.
Did Lena take the book?
Yes.
Okay. All right, he's just gonna go back upstairs. Let me roll perception for him real quick before he kind of looks around, then heads back up. Oh. Oh. He's gonna look around, knows that the book is not there, unless he's still under the spell.
He is for a minute.
He is for a whole minute.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if he would leave you while still under the spell. He'd probably just keep on looking at you until you left. He'd be like, all right,
Follow you
bye.
outside.
Bye.
Ryan,
What
you're
was that?
muted. Or I can't hear you anyway.
The effect ends if the creature can no longer see or hear you, or it takes damage. So when E leaves, the effect ends.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when the effect ends, he locks up the door, looks over, notices the ledger is gone, and runs out the door. It's like, hey, you get back here! Where are you? And he's gonna look for you. He's gonna roll for perception.
I mean, if he was fairly quick. I mean, he would be just outside the door, right?
Okay, he's like, hey!
Yeah?
One of you took that ledger. Give it back. Was it you? Because I had my eyes on her. It was you, wasn't it? And he's pointing right at Lena. Give the book back.
Why would she take the ledger?
I did. I wanted to see how well he was going to be paying attention. Just, you don't, as somebody who comes from somebody, like a place, my family owned a magic shop. We've hired people out before, and they have not done a great job. I wanted to make sure that you were doing it right.
Okay, well, yeah, I am, and I really don't appreciate you taking the book. Can you give it back now?
Of course.
He's gonna take the
I'll let your
book
employer
back.
know how well of a job you're doing.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
And that's the last time I'm opening my doors for you until the guy gets back. And he's
More
going
than fair.
to go in, shut the door, and lock it, and arm it.
Should have went up to his room with him or something.
Well, that's not how you played it, so I just played it based off of what you guys
No.
did.
That's what she turned and said.
And as far as mission, get the book and not piss off the guy who's running the shop right now, you failed. And now it's all gone bad.
It could be worse.
We should regroup with the other people. They're probably not going to be too pleased about how that went.
It's fine. It's fine.
I mean, on a scale of bad decisions I've made lately, that's...
I mean, Lady
That's
E
nothing.
said, let's make a bad decision, and it probably qualifies as a bad decision. So let's
go
cut back to when,
to the others.
for the sake of letting the other people play, let's cut back to the inn when you all end up back there and they're just coming out of their long rest.
You did what?
It was her
Nothing?
idea.
Why? Why would you do that? He could be helpful to us. Why would you steal it while he was right there looking at you?
Yeah,
He
you should
wasn't
have
looking
stolen
at
it.
me.
You shouldn't have stolen it better. I'm kind of just annoyed that you got caught.
Will this make it better? And I pass him the wand of smiles.
I don't know what this is.
Just maybe like point it at Duel and just, or no, actually I'm the lowest charisma here. Don't point it at me, please. Just, you know, just point it at somebody. We'll be fine.
Hey Finn, can you do your thing on this and tell me what it does?
Oh, come on!
Do you like nudge him to wake him up?
You said
Oh,
you
this I
wanted a
assume they're back and we're
surprise.
up from our naps
Okay,
now.
yeah. Oh, that's fine.
I do want it to
Technically,
be
a long
surprised.
rest doesn't need to be sleeping the entire time, so you could just be, you know, coming out of your sleep and still just resting up and talking.
I
Yeah.
do want it to be a surprise, and thank you both very much. I just want to know what I'm gonna be, you know, slinging at somebody.
I wouldn't. Alright, sure.
Yeah, I'll crack open my book of rituals and cast Identify.
Casting Identify, you can tell that it is a wand of smiles.
This is a wand of smiles.
That sounds awesome.
Compared to a lot of other items or
Compared to a
magic
lot
that
of
you've been
other
dealing with recently, it's a
items
fairly low
or magic
DC,
items.
so it's not that powerful of magic. It's only a DC 13. But if someone fails at DC 13, they start laughing uncontrollably for a minute, and while the creature is laughing, it is incapable of meaningful communication. The wand has 5 charges. It regains 1d4 plus 1 expended charges daily at dawn.
That's kind of neat. That
It
could
has
be
a range of
helpful.
30 feet.
What you're reading, does it say if you bust it, it turns into the Wand of Scowls?
Oh, it doesn't on here, but I do remember that from the book, yes.
Okay,
So,
cool.
it can turn into a Wand of Scowls.
Okay. Now, here's a question. DM question. Would this wand qualify for my magical ambush?
What is
If-
your
if-
magical
if-
ambush?
If there's some sort of save on a spell and the target does not see me, they make it with disadvantage.
Not really a spell.
You
I mean, it's
have
a spell.
To cast a spell.
What's the spell?
Laughter?
It's
Uh,
basically hideous laughter, but a little different.
I'd say that yes. You have to be able to see it though. But if they don't see you, and if you've got that, then yeah, sure.
Okay,
yeah.
you should give Finn the,
Oh, right. We did find a portable hole.
Really?
Yeah, it was in that shop. That's
Oh, sweet.
owned by the suspect.
How much was it?
Nah, she wouldn't.
Did you guys steal that too?
3,000.
Oh,
I was
Oh,
I was real tempted to say 4,000 and just hope Leonard didn't say anything.
See, I thought, are they gonna be nice and just say like 1,000? Nope, lady
No.
using the other direction.
you know what? I'll have
no
to pay you
discounts
back
for the
in
brother.
installments. Here's the first 500.
Okay. She's just gonna hand that to Lena.
Hey, while we're on the subject of magical items, though, I should run something by everybody. So, you know, Kanat's like pretty cool guy when we summon him and all that. But, like, his sword isn't magic. and it would probably be pretty handy if he had one that was magic. And Duel, we do have your old friend Lud's sword.
He's not my friend.
Your old enemy Lud's sword. And I'm thinking maybe next time we summon Cannot, we give him that sword. Are people okay with this?
Why not? The sword
I don't
wasn't
see why not.
cursed, was it?
It was a sword of wounding, so it might have been.
We should find out if it's cursed first.
Yeah, I thought we already knew the details of it when we acquired it, but maybe not.
I thought
No one's attuned to it
Finn.
before.
Interesting
I thought
enough,
Finn
I looked in
identified
the
it.
DMG,
Mm-hmm.
and it specifically says there is no easy way to identify a cursed item in 5e. Even identify will not reveal if it is
Oh.
cursed or not.
Because
Sometimes you have to attune to it to be cursed by it.
there's a special ability for the curse thing. There's something that specifically
I don't
finds
think
curses,
there
isn't it?
is in 5e, at least not at the time of the DMG.
Well, the homebrew, the Blood Hunter thing has that.
Ah, that's.
They
Okay.
have the dark psychometry or whatever.
They do.
Well, I guess if he wants to use it and something doesn't feel quite right, then we can get rid of it.
The only thing I could say that you do have that could potentially help in identifying if an item is cursed or not is Finn's unique ability of his once per day looking back and seeing the history of an item. It's possible that could reveal something.
I thought he did that on
I'm
Lud's
pretty
sword.
sure.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure I did both. I'm not sure what. It was one of those times where we had a lot going on. You said you would, but we could figure it out later.
I swear
Yeah,
we did.
I am pretty sure you checked because after we got it, we camped out in the tomb for a bit before we got the Holy Avenger, and I'm pretty sure you did it then.
Mhm.
But either way, we can come back to that. Dash just wanted to float that by you guys to make sure everybody was cool with it. He can't actually summon Cannot again until tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I think Cannot
Yeah.
might be resting too.
Yeah, probably.
Speaking of items and well, presents, we didn't find you armor, Duel, but we did find you some clothing so that you're not walking around in heavy armor. It's
Okay.
it's all the rage and very fashionable around here. A lot of people are
Okay,
wearing
well-
it. And she's gonna
Yes.
put the hat on him first.
Does it have a little bell on the end?
Oh, please.
They don't have bells.
Oh, that's good. It fits perfectly.
There was an elf wearing the same thing.
Oh, wow.
I get it. It's because I'm small and a gnome.
No, I swear everybody's
It's
wearing
the fashion. It's
No, the
fashion.
hat would look
Everybody's
ridiculous
wearing
on anybody, Duel.
it. It does.
I
look
mean that-
ridiculous.
For reals.
I assume you got one for everyone, right?
it. You know, they didn't have a lot of sizes, and you're really the only
did.
one that's smaller.
Yeah.
Hey, if it makes
Oh.
you feel better, I can use our hat of disguise and give myself a similar one.
Speaking
that's
of, there was another hat of disguise there.
Ooh.
I wanted something to help me blend in, not help me land dragons from the air.
People won't look twice at you. I'm serious. That everybody is actually wearing
The
that. It's a little
Honestly,
alarming.
Duel-
That we pissed off was wearing the same thing.
Honestly, Duel, I don't think they're messing with you. I think that really is the fashion around here.
It's an unfortunate not lie. Zone of truth me. I swear.
Whatever,
It's an
I will take it and use it. But if the suspect or the person who has the place knows about us now because you're on his radar, we need to be more careful.
He
Here's
doesn't know about me.
the
He
thing.
knows about Adriana Whitechapel.
Oh, but you disguised your
And-
face then.
And she's a brunette. And, I mean, I fucking could. Let's be real.
Did you?
I have a scroll in here. I can.
You guys didn't
For an
use your
hour.
real faces, right?
Do you have any way of disguising yourself? Your face?
I'll cast minor illusion.
Does that
It
work?
looks like a
Because
weird
I don't think
block
illusions
flagging
can
behind
move.
your face.
Yeah, I don't think minor illusion works like that.
It makes a quick mask, and then it disappears after a minute.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
that
think that
doesn't-
would work for very long.
Finn pulls out his disguise kit and hair dye again and says, So, Duel, I think you look great in green.
I think I'm already wearing a big green hat right now, aren't I?
Oh, I have clothing
you're
for
right.
you
It should
too.
go- Orange would go well with that. It'll make it.
You know what? This clearly was a bad idea.
No. Sit down
All
in
right,
the chair.
look. First off, we brought leftover scones for Bosco. Give these to your fucking bear.
Oh,
Speaking of which, he needs to summon his fucking bear.
I do need to. I haven't been able to.
Second,
I will begin
the
summoning
most
him.
we have is that there's been goblin attacks. The goblin is a singular goblin. It's not a part of any kind of raiding party. It is a lone goblin coming into town, and he beat the shit out of somebody last night. Unfortunately, without being overly conspicuous in front of the entire town as opposed to just one fucking person, we didn't delve into too many details, unfortunately.
That
A goblin physically beat someone?
Also, old fucking what's-his-noodle that's running the fucking shop, he has a freaking magic mirror that he decided to take with him.
it can
What's wrong with the magic mirror?
I don't know, something people-catchy. I
it
don't...
can trap people inside of the mirror.
That's
Oh, what?
creepy.
And
And
the-
it sounds a lot like something our shadow friend would do.
now,
So before we
granted,
get too pissy, we did get fucking information. Thank you. Enjoy your
Granted-
scum.
he may just be a shopkeep selling off a high-value item. It is very pricey, but it's a red flag considering, how dark that is in its magic.
That's pretty intense, especially for Pine Deep.
Like my dad had the cubic gate. We all know who we got that from.
That being
Right,
said, I don't
right.
think his
Or
helper
where
is the
he-
suspect.
So I give it. Nah, he's just a dick. He doesn't know what he's doing either.
Could the mirror be a gateway to the shadow fell? Could that be maybe how the shadow is getting here?
If he was just masquerading it as a mirror, why have it as an item that can be bought that's also highly dark in its magic?
Well, I heard this one story about a magic shop where they were selling this magic monkey paw, and he gave it to someone, and there was all sorts of trouble that happened afterwards. So it's not that crazy to think they sell cursed items.
I don't
think-
know this story, but I have to back up Dul here and say sometimes you do need to hide things in plain sight.
I think their slogan
as
was,
the director cut to Portable Hole as he says, "Yeah, you could be selling cursed
First
items."
I think their slogan was, "You don't pay with money."
Well, they did.
Yeah.
Can't haggle with somebody that doesn't know the shit. Sorry,
There's
guys.
like an asterisk at the back. It's like, but you actually do. We do take money. All right. Well, it's midday. We've got a lead goblin
We have two.
beating someone. Interesting. Let's track down that lead then, I guess.
I think another lead is Lena had a good idea, even though she got caught with the ledger. If we can find out if there's actually a buyer for the mirror, because if there isn't, well, that makes the mirror more suspect.
Yeah, did you read that at all? Did you get any names off of it?
Everyone stares
I didn't
at
know
Lena.
how long he was going to be bedazzled by E's wits.
What
So
does that
just
mean?
A glimpse, you skimmed it.
I tried to take it, and I did not succeed in taking it.
Oh,
Not for very long.
I
Where
did one
is-
chance skimming
Next
through it.
time
and it
we're
just turns and
swiping
sees me.
stuff, you can let me take care of that part.
I think I've got an idea. And it's super simple and doesn't involve stealing anything at all.
I like it.
That's no fun.
We're trying to keep a low profile so we can kill a very powerful thing.
Being.
Whatever it is.
So let's not get this town on our bad side when we need to hang out here for a bit. This is the first day, guys. First day! We've got all week to piss people off. Don't worry.
We don't have that much time.
I think I could just go back and keep pissing that one guy off, honestly.
Or he seemed very interested in seeing me at a bar later.
So we know he'll be gone later.
The nasty.
We're not breaking in. No, we're not breaking
No,
in.
that place is booby trapped. like
is
crazy.
booby trapped,
so.
but some of you can fly. I saw glyphs
No.
on the floor.
I would very much like to check out this shop
So
myself.
he asked for your names, right?
Mhm.
Yep.
Great. So I go in, buy a potion. He asks me my name. I give him a fake name. Oh, it's spelled like this. Peek over, read the manifest. Boom. We get the name. We don't need to break in and get the town angry and cast booby traps all over us. The only boobies that I want all over me are not traps.
Finn, I actually agree with you. That's a great idea, but if you see something damning on there, like no order for a mirror, the shop may be a good place to look at alone, without
There's
somebody
also
looking over us.
pages of that book.
I would very much like to check out this shop without somebody looking over us.
steal everything.
Okay, well,
A shop would prove very dangerous.
That
and
just
it would
sounds like-
likely set off alarms. Let's avoid that.
yeah.
If we know where he's going to be, and he's going to a bar, a tavern, you said,
Mm-hmm.
maybe we could just go talk to him. Maybe he knows more about the shopkeeper, where he is. You said he was out of town or traveling?
On business. He seemed to think that he was selling the mirror.
Maybe we should just go to the source, talk to him, see what he thinks. Maybe if he knows anything, we can get it out of him.
You don't.
E,
without-
have you already inquired about this mirror, or did you just set up your little dinner date?
Well, I asked where it was, but learned that he had taken it with him. That's as far as he knows. He doesn't actually know what the mirror does. Well,
Like I
far
said,
as
he's
he
not
knows.
great at his job. He noticed that the ledger was gone, sure, but as far as items, he's not very knowledgeable.
Well, maybe we could at least find out where his boss is off to.
Did he say how long his boss has been gone?
he left this morning, early, when the
Okay.
before the sunrise rose.
Did he say for where?
Did not.
That might be a good thing to find out.
Well, if I can spend an hour with him at the bar, I could have him doing whatever I want.
Yeah, I don't really want to know about that kind of stuff. That's a little.
E, that sounds perfect. Let's do that. Let's all go to the bar.
You
do
just
your
met him
hour-long
today.
thing, and you do what you need to do, and we'll be at the bar just in case things go down.
Okay, that's later tonight.
I
How
don't.
about this goblin? Maybe we can go to the station, see if we find out any information about him. Is he arrested? Has he been found and caught?
Good place to look. Don't think he's been caught, but might be able to learn where he killed the person. Apparently, it was in the middle of the street.
Was there a warning about this goblin or some sort of bounty?
Was there an
was a
actual
notice on the-
reward?
I think it was just a notice on the board.
Yeah, I think it was like beware.
I'm just wondering, because if there is some sort of bounty out there for him, then I feel like, you know, the guards around this city would be a lot more willing to give us information. But maybe they'll be able to help us anyway.
Not a bad idea.
I mean, we do have time before we've got a few hours before your whole tavern excursion. Might as well go down to the station, like Duel said.
Actually, it's not Duel. And he's going to stand up and go to the mirror and he's going to adjust his big green hat and fluff his beard a bit and say, "It's Duke. Duke Treystone on the case."
Perfect.
Dash just does his puts on the hat and just changes his skin tone to be not blue and just goes, "Yeah, cool, whatever. I'm still Dash. We're gonna just call me by my real name. That's cool."
It may
It's
be-
not like anybody knows who you are.
Well, we don't know that. The shadow might know who we are.
That's true.
But,
sent his regards!
But Duel, you go ahead and use your whole code name. That's nice.
Lots of
pat-
people have certainly
they'll pop
heard his
his hat at
voice.
the
They
top
just
of the
might not
hat.
know who he is.
Kadash,
Sure.
you should probably have some sort of fake name.
Fine. And then he'll He'll re-hat of disguise himself to be a particular looking. I'm trying to decide which one of his owners he wants to look like right now. He'll look like his first one, who's a dwarf. I go, fine. His name was Gimris. I guess call me that.
Okay, Gimris.
Alrighty. So, you guys go down to the police station?
I'd say so, yeah.
Alright, you head down.
PD.
You head down to the PD.
I love that.
Oh, oh my!
Richard, you've outdone yourself.
Does this weirdly look like? Does it look like Jeff Bridges to anyone else? Weirdly,
Yes.
A little bit.
I hadn't seen that, but sure. So in any case, yeah, you see the sheriff, and he says, "Oh, that's a lots of people of different looks coming around here. What seems to be a problem?"
Yes, hello. We're from out of town. We heard about a string of attacks, dangerous attacks, by a goblin, was it?
Yes, we've had a goblin problem for past few days now, but it turned deadly last night.
Oh. Can you tell us a little bit more about it? Where did it happen? And to who?
Well, it happened over in the district with the men who favor the men, that district. And there was somebody walking around, late at night near one of them clubs. You know what kind of clubs I'm talking about. And
you're saying all this with a weird tone, buddy. I gotta tell you, we're a pretty open-minded group of mercenaries.
Oh, me too. Yeah. Yeah, no.
Oh, one sec.
I'm glad somebody did it.
You can tell that he's an older gnome and he's kind of older fashioned and he's just
Gotcha.
He's a little uncomfortable about newer ideas.
Finn goes, mm-hmm.
He's like, yeah, so anyway, that district with all the fine clothing, it was happening on the main street in that district, and a guy was walking along, and well, we have one witness. She saw a gnome come out of nowhere, and just was like running straight up, and just out of nowhere just started bashing him with a club until he was dead. Kept on hitting him until the club broke in half, and then he ran away.
Has there been any spottings of him since? He's still on the lam?
That was last night, and there's been no other sightings of the goblin since.
Are there a lot of goblins in Pine Deep?
No. I mean, gosh, every once in a while we've had a raid or two of little goblin bandits who try and make their way in, but no, we usually fight them off. This one seems to have infiltrated. This is not a normal problem for us. This is quite a big deal for the townsfolk.
Have their hunting grounds been established, or any sort of patterns? Any location?
Seems to stalk the streets at night. That's all we really seem to know. He ran into a little girl just a few nights before. Seems kind of like trampled over her and just ran off, but nothing deadly like last night. This is something else. We're gonna have to call in some reinforcements if this escalates.
Don't worry, I believe we are the reinforcements.
Oh, okay. What's your deals?
We're a bit of a team of lawbringers ourselves. We're known as the Knights. Go from town to town and fix trouble where it needs fixing.
This is Detective Duke. I'm Inspector Percy.
All right, Detective Duke and Inspector Percy. Nice to have you here. We could use all the help we can get.
If you were to say, where could we find this area where the men favor the men? Are there some people we could speak to? Maybe some witnesses?
Yeah, I can put you in touch with the witness, if that'll help. And the district's on the west side of town.
West side. All right.
This will be one interesting west side story.
Nah.
I don't know what that means.
If only everything could be solved by just aggressively snapping at each other.
We're pretty much snapping at each other all the time, anyways. So
You
Alrighty.
mentioned there was before we leave. You mentioned there was a little girl that got run over.
Yeah, it was a few nights ago. I guess. Well, I don't think it was so late at night, kind of evening time, right as, kids got to get back into their little holes and such. Yeah, she was on her way home, and she said that the little goblin came up, and I guess she was going one way, he was going another. They just ran right into each other, and he just kind of trampled her and kept on going. She was terrified. She was absolutely terrified of the thing.
She was terrified?
How terrified?
Do you mind telling me where she lives? Maybe we can help calm her down if she has any, residual fear of goblins.
That name is from our HR department.
Well, I suppose I could put you in touch with the parents. Make sure that that it's all right to talk with the wee one.
Yeah, by all means.
All right, so that's 2 witnesses I can give you. Is there anything else I can help you with?
I think that's all for now. Officer, who might we be speaking to now, actually? I feel like we should get your name.
Well, my name's Officer Krupke.
Officer Prepkey.
Yes.
It's good to know we have someone reliable like you on the case.
Thank you very much. I'm doing the best I can, but this might be a little over our heads. We're not used to this kind of disturbances,
Tell me,
Dash
Officer...
leans into Finn and whispers, "There's a lot over their heads."
If there was a shifty newcomer to town, and they were looking for somewhere to duck their head, lay low, stay out of sight, where would they go? Is there a little bit more sketchy area, you think? They might be hiding out?
Gosh, I don't know. Sketchy areas. There's not so much of that around here. I guess they'd be hiding in plain sight.
The last place I think to look.
And,
All right, officer.
It's the only place to hide around here, I suppose. I mean, I guess there's some homes that are a little bit further on the outskirts of town than others, but I mean, that's like anywhere. I can't really think of any place. We're all just simple, fine folk here.
I don't doubt that. All right, Knight. If we have no more questions, I think we have some witnesses to talk to.
As we walk away, I just lean down to Duel. I also said the hidden in plain sight thing earlier, and I feel like can't be a coincidence that Repke, that can't be that common of a gnome name. Anyways, I don't know. Seems interesting that he had the same thought. Just saying, maybe rather than doing some crazy thinking outside the box thing, maybe the answer is in this box still.
What do you suggest we do?
Oh, I think we're going down a fine path here. I'm just saying, I wouldn't be surprised if whatever we're looking for isn't so hidden.
Just what he expects us to do. You got good instincts.
What I know, I'm the sneaky one. Let's just talk to this. Let's talk to these guys.
All right, so you go over and first you meet the what you call it? You meet the witness of the murder. And so
Alita,
we'll just
Battle
do a little
Angel?
law and order.
She was the witness of the murder.
And you get to her residence.
Is she constantly moving boxes as she talks, like all the Law and Order suspects?
No, she's one of the ones who just stays in her home. Her name's Norini.
We'll knock on her door.
All right, you knock on the door, and she answers. She seems a little shaken. but she also seems kind of like a tough gal a little bit. Got a little bit of a chip on her shoulder, a little attitude in her eye.
Miss Narini, we heard you had a rough night last night. We were wondering if we could ask a few questions about the incident.
Who are you?
We're the Knights. We're freelancers. We're investigating this case and trying to find
This is
some clues.
Detective Duke Treystone. I'm Inspector Percy Finnegan.
All right, roll your deceptions.
Who actually has good deception here besides?
Not me.
Alright.
Good deception.
I have plus 12 on it, but
Jesus.
Duel and Finn stepped forward to talk first.
So Duel, are you in like more or less common, somewhat nice clothing right now? Not at all looking like a knight.
I'm in my disguise.
Yeah, she's gonna look at you and she's gonna say, "You're not a knight."
I am a knight. I so am a knight.
Also, I feel like if we're changing our names, we shouldn't go with the Knights. I'm just saying.
No, I said knights. The Nigth. It's different.
Hey, officer, maybe you let me step in on this one. Sorry, he's
Wait, you guys
he's,
are officers?
He's a detective. This is our
The
officer
terms are-
representative.
the terms are interchangeable. I swear.
Not real.
Listen, he's new. Give him a break.
Whatever. I guess it makes sense that they bring in special folks for this. We haven't had a murder here in a long time.
I'm just hanging back and supervising. They'll ask the questions. I'll step in if I need to.
Thank you, sir.
All right, what can I help you with?
Oh, maybe we come in?
Sure.
Thank you.
So, sit you down in her little hobbit hole thing.
What can you tell us about that night, the goblin?
Last night?
Yes. So it was last night!
Yeah.
No, Percy, that's not what we're investigating.
So there was this old man, not too old, I guess, little older than middle-aged, I guess. He was walking down the street, said he was looking for his dog or something, and I hadn't seen the dog, so I told him no. And then I'm walking along a little bit further, and then I hear him scream all of a sudden, so I turn back, and I see there's this goblin that's just wailing on him. And I'm not someone who usually easily gets scared, but at the sight of what I saw, I felt this compulsion to just run immediately. And I ran around the corner, and I did not feel safe until I was out of sight of that situation. And so unfortunately I didn't see anything more than that. Eventually, a few minutes later, I got the nerve to go back and see if he was okay. The goblin was long gone. I saw that it looked like he was probably dead. I yelled for help, and some people came out, and then some people helped, and then eventually the police were notified, and people tried to resuscitate him, but he was gone.
You didn't happen to know the victim, did you? Or recognize him?
I'm sorry, I don't really know who that guy was.
From what you do remember about the goblin, can you describe him? Do you remember what he was wearing? Any markers?
He was particularly short and particularly wicked looking. He was just real nasty, gray, just a hideous thing. It was almost impossible to describe. I just was repulsed by him the second I saw him, and so I just ran, and I didn't get a good look at him beyond that.
You know, sometimes we don't actually... Well, we remember more than we think we do. It's just, locked up in our heads a little bit. If you don't mind, I could maybe... I have a way for you to share what you remember with me.
This is another one of our officers over here. Don't worry, she's very trustworthy with her methods.
So
Won't do anything that you don't want her to do.
Dr.
So
Ellie
you
Dane. She's our psychiatrist.
So you would see what I saw?
Only... Yes. Only the memory that you want me to see.
Okay, what do I gotta do?
Nothing, just... stay here and open up your mind.
Okay. And with that, what are you rolling?
Don't roll anything. It's a cantrip. I gain perfect recall of one memory of her choice.
Oh, okay.
That's convenient.
Very convenient. All right, let me pull up this picture for you.
Hey, Richard.
It's only
Yeah.
on willing creatures, though, so I can't do it on others.
How do you make your webcam black and white? I've been searching for it this entire time, and I cannot find it.
It might be a webcam
I
setting.
have a it's a whole other program. It is called Webcam Settings.
Oh, is that the gnome we're talking to? She's adorable.
Did you just look at her?
Have
What?
you not been looking this entire time?
My Discord is covering it.
Okay. Well, anyways, yeah, that's the gnome, and this is the that's the goblin. That's what appears in her mind.
Okay. Is there details about the actual killing that, like... Because she said she didn't see much, but, like... Can E, looking at the scene in perfect recall, see anything that she doesn't remember?
No, that's pretty much it.
Okay.
Do we see the victim?
Oh, does E see the victim?
Yeah, he is older gnome, white, perfectly white hair and everything. Looks like he has fancy clothing on, and yeah, I guess that's much as what I can describe, I guess.
Okay. Older gnome. Clothes.
All right, a gnome with white hair. That narrows things down a
Right.
bit.
Well, she said he's older and fancier clothing. Do people in that area typically wear nicer clothing?
I'd say in that district, yeah.
So maybe in that district people would know him. Can I sketch out the
Sure.
victim?
Roll performance.
Oh boy.
Nice.
Here we go. Guys, wait. I can do this. It's going
like-
to be a perfect match. I see him very clear as day in my mind. And that's what they look like.
Yeah, Ellie's our psychologist. She's not our sketch artist. Our sketch artist is on sabbatical right now, actually. So she's trying to.
I don't know. This thing still looks pretty terrifying to me.
Well, fortunately, I think. Okay.
That couldn't have gone better.
Yeah. Great. Well, I hope I gave you guys everything you wanted. I really don't like thinking about this, so if you're done, can you leave?
Certainly. Sorry. Thank you for your time.
We're
And,
actually staying at the inn. If you think of anything, feel free to seek us out.
Okay.
And I'll give her the information to the inn we're staying at.
Okay. Alrighty, and so with that, we'll take you over to the gnome child that was ran over.
When you say it like that, it sounds like there's actually a car involved.
It was that crab tank thing.
Oh, jeez. Feels like so long ago.
Actually, let's not take this. This is a little too old. Let me grab this one here.
All right, let's go talk to the Christmas tree ornament.
Yep.
Hello.
She looks so dopey.
I saw a murder, I did.
That woman is from Palatka, Florida.
Hello, are you police officers?
Why, yes, we are. What's your name?
My name is... Hold on, I have this written down. My name's Lana Tink.
Chief.
My
Lana
name's
Tink?
Lana Tink, but you can just call me Lana.
Well, thank you, Lana. Is it okay if we come in and talk for a moment?
If it's okay with Daddy. Daddy! And he's like, yeah, please come in. We want to solve this goblin issue.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Can I pour you a drink?
No thanks.
Certainly.
Kind of
Do you mind if I pour?
offering
No.
people drinks.
For Dad. Do you mind if I indulge? Never mind. Time and place. So,
What kind
this
of
is-
detectives are you?
Private Dick.
Sorry, they're new. I'm just here to supervise first case and all that.
Dash is the most professional out of everybody so far.
Which is so out of character.
So great.
Well, I'm Inspector Percy Finnegan. This is Detective Duke Tracestone.
Pleasure.
Got Ellie Dame, Dr. Ellie Dame over there, and Adriana Whitechapel, our personal security.
Oh, okay.
And that's the boss.
That's me, the boss.
Okay.
I know
Would you
this
like-
is...
Oh, take
please.
it.
Oh,
After
okay.
you, Percy.
No, I know this is. I'm gonna drop to one knee and kind of. I know this is a rough thing to talk about, but do you remember that scary goblin incident?
She kind of crosses her legs and looks down. Yeah.
Well, would you be able to tell me as much as you feel comfortable telling me about that?
Well, I was out when I wasn't supposed to. And I had to run inside before it got too dark. And then when I was running across the street, I was running around the corner, and around the other corner, this monster thing came over and just jumped right into me. I was really scared, smelled real bad, and it was like, he said something in some language I don't know. I don't know what he said, and then he ran away real quick, and I got a real look at it, and I got real scared, and I started crawling as fast as I could in the other direction.
That sounds so scary.
It
I'm
was
so
really
sorry
scary.
that happened to you.
I was frightened.
Well, you're very brave.
So, when he ran off, did you see which direction he was going in?
No. I got real scared, and I looked away. I started crawling away.
Okay.
Would you be able to show us which street he ran in from and then which way he ran?
Yeah, it's like a block away from my house.
Okay.
Did you happen to hear anything? Was he carrying anything? Was there a jingle of coins or metal or anything like that? Happen to get a look at what he was wearing?
I think he might have been hopping around like with his hands too. Like more like a gallop sound than like a walking or running sound.
Interesting. Okay.
I don't-
And
I don't suppose you could think about that moment just one more time. See, I can maybe see what you're seeing, and it'll help us.
Okay. So you do the same thing again, and interestingly enough,
I'm not gonna be a goblin.
he is a goblin, but he doesn't look quite as nasty or quite as scary. It seems like he has a little bit less wrinkles, his ears are a little less jagged, his clothing is a little less tattered. It's almost like it were the same goblin, but like a bit younger or something. But other than that, it has a lot of the same defining features. It looks like it is the same goblin, but just like not as scary.
What does he say? Only because E is wearing the helm of comprehending languages.
Hearing the helm of comprehending languages in Goblinoid, he's saying, "Look out of my way! Get out of my way, you fool! Watch where you're going."
Okay, so it's not like anything violent so much. It's just he's.
My name is blah blah blah. And I am the murderer.
I'm gonna go
This is my
hide after
address.
Yeah. My
Let me
social
go hide
security
at this
number
address.
is.
Is
Yeah.
there anything I can see the goblin running away from in her memory?
No, it seems to be completely quiet, completely empty in the streets for the most part at that point at night.
Okay. Huh. Okay.
Was there blood on the goblin's hands?
There are not.
There's no blood. He beat a gnome to death, and there was no blood.
Well, this was a few days before the other event.
This was the
Oh.
like another attack that.
Oh, so it's a different one then.
Yeah, this is a different day. A few days earlier, there was a sighting of a goblin knocking into the little gnome girl. And then a few days later, there was the sighting that actually caused a murder.
Gotcha.
How much older did the first vision look? Like,
It's not so much that he looked older, he just looked more wicked. It's like he got uglier.
kinda like the shadow's corruption over a course of a few days?
One could infer that, but I
That's
won't
what
say
I'm
one way or the
thinking
other.
too.
That's what immediately comes to E's mind, at least.
Mm-hmm.
She will, of course, let everyone know this telepathically so that they don't worry the child.
And she's not going to bother drawing out the difference.
I think
You just put angry eyebrows
We've-
over the new one to show the difference.
we saw how bad that happened the first time. If we really want, we can. Nah.
E, do you want to describe it to me and have me draw it?
Well, I know for sure he had a body now.
We can do this. Thank you so
I'm
much
sorry.
for your time.
I'm
That's
sorry.
all from us. Sorry for the trouble.
We start hanging up that a picture of the stick.
He had a body before.
All right, bye, detectives.
Bye,
Bye.
sweetie.
Can we hang up pictures of this stick man all over town? It's this guy. And then
Hey,
there's just
honey.
some bar patron that looks just like that. Who's like, what? It wasn't me. No. It's some innocent guy.
The one
Some
guy.
innocent stick
yeah.
figure gets arrested.
So you go to the bulletin boards and you see that there actually is a sketch that's much better and much closer to what Lady E saw in her head.
I think I did a
And
good
she's
job.
like, yeah,
thank
that's
you.
it.
Yeah, you nearly got her. You were so close.
This one
She just-
definitely has a body too.
Just a little practice is all I need.
It's
Two
uncanny.
arms, just like you did. You were good.
2 arms,
Uncanny.
2 legs. There's a mouth.
Eyes.
Yeah.
I'm not a very good artist.
Hey, you tried.
You're
You
working on it.
tried.
As the supervisor here, I will say, though, team, good job. Good questions asked.
So, what is the name of our organization moving forward?
We shouldn't be the Knights.
Certainly not.
The Days.
Nope.
Law and Paladin Order.
Jude Law and Paladin Order.
Law and Paladin Order. Ugh.
Alright, so the common thread between those two interactions was they were freaked and almost immediately looked away.
Hmm.
Perhaps a fear spell? Or just being afraid of goblins?
Could just be afraid of goblins. Old guy was looking for his dog or something. I hadn't seen it, so I don't know. I heard screaming, and I turned, and there was a goblin just wailing on him. I felt the compulsion to run away immediately. I ran and I couldn't see anymore. A few minutes later, I got the nerve to go back. The goblin was long gone. The man looked like he was probably dead.
Finn,
She yelled for help, but people came out. Some people helped, and then the police arrived.
Finn, I know you've been messing with some dead magic stuff. You don't have anything that would let us talk to the dead, do you?
Not that I know of. Not the dead.
Just curious.
How close are we to the scene of the murder? Like, how close is this house?
Well, look, when you were talking with the little girl, you're just like a block away from where the trampling happened, but you're on like the opposite side of town. Actually, I think.
I'm trying to see if there's like
side of town, but
Trying
there-
to triangulate it.
yeah, a little bit. Like, it does he have an area that he keeps coming back to, or is it terrorizing the city en masse?
yeah, I'd say not the opposite side of town, but probably like one neighborhood over, I guess. Like, I don't have an exact map of the city, but like,
That's fine. So,
um,
but it's
I
not.
guess they're fair.
It's not
They're
ridiculous.
not like right next to each other, but they're not super far away either.
So at least
Probably
we.
be like a 5 to 10 minute walk, maybe like a 10-minute walk to the other location.
Okay.
It's not super far.
Actually, yeah, Richard, how big is this town? Or city, rather?
It's classified as a large city, but not a metropolis. So it's fairly big, but I don't have exact like numbers of square miles for you or anything.
And
but
sorry, the distance between the two events one more time?
5 to 10 minute walk.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
I don't know if we'd be able to really narrow it down from those two, but I've got a sneaking suspicion there may be another incident tonight, and if that's the case, those of us who need the rest have taken it. Maybe we patrol a little bit between the spots.
Not only that, but they did say that there were more assaults. If we knew where more of those happened, we could possibly narrow it down to where that goblin might come.
It's true, if there's some sort of discernible pattern to it. Duel, you suddenly look way more noir.
I was just thinking in my head about what happened.
Why the fuck are
You
you
know.
talking that way?
Actually, I do have a trick picked up recently. I think that might help us a little bit. It's an advanced spell, but
I can see you going through those settings, Artem.
I'm looking for one.
I could use it now or I could use it later, but I can only use it once today.
What is that?
Locate creature.
Hmm.
For an hour, I can describe or name a creature familiar to you. You sense the direction of the creature's location as long as it's within 1,000 feet of you. If the creature is in motion, you know the direction of its movement. The spell can locate a specific creature known to you or the nearest of a specific kind, as long as you have seen it while within 30 feet of it. If the creature is in a different form, the spell doesn't work. This spell can't locate a creature if running water is at least 10 feet wide and blocks a direct path between you and the creature.
Duel, this sounds like a great thing to do while we're out patrolling later.
Thing is, this lasts for an hour, and I have 1,000 foot radius. So I could hop on Bosco, fly around a bit, see if I get any pings. Message you guys when I do.
That's
All right.
good. I still think we should wait until later tonight when it's around the same time as the other things.
If you have any way that you can go invisible, that would probably be best.
I
Wait.
cannot.
Let's get Bosco and sniff out that alley. See
I'd definitely like to go to that scene from last night and see if I can get some sniffing around.
We should
Yeah.
do that. How we looking on time before your dinner date, E?
It's getting close.
Well, maybe you get ready for that while we go investigate the scene. Or if you would prefer some backup in the tavern, one of us can accompany you there. The only other person that your friend would know is Lena.
And I would go invisible because he doesn't like me anymore.
He's not the best fan of Lena. I can handle myself. I mean,
It
I
would
would
be good to
only-
have backup.
I would only really go if we needed the diversion for somebody else to go into the shop.
Now, this intrigues me.
I mean, I
If
can
you're there,
keep him busy.
and you're all investigating the scene of the crime, and I'm committing a different crime in the shop.
So not only are we trying to go, like, split the party, but we want people going solo?
Into a booby-trapped shop.
That he's expecting someone to break into.
He knows
It's
that
called a
this is
challenge, guys. Come on, live a
He knows
little.
it's booby. You can't disarm them in this version.
Challenge denied. Let's think of another plan that's not that.
The
The
only
plan was to
when-
talk to him.
Lena
Do we know how long they're open?
I can't fly, but I can levitate. Just saying.
I think you still set off the glyphs.
If the shop is still open, I can go take a peek at the manifest. Anyone opposed to selling this thing? And I pull out the Trident of Fish command.
That was my Aquaman thing. I never really did
That we
it.
never used.
Hey, we could use it on the Kraken.
Right?
Something tells me we could not.
That's the secret to beating the Devourer. He was just lonely and wanted somebody to talk to.
I control the Kraken now!
You know,
all I wanted was a
good plan, but now I have it.
Let's go check out the crime scene. It's on the other side of town. Let's head over that way.
Might be a good thing to have Bosco sniff check too, as been suggested.
But
Bosco is also
Bosco-
wearing a
I was
disguise.
about to say, a bear is also pretty fucking telling, especially a bear with wings.
I could pull out one of my fuzz buddies from my bag of tricks.
So you're gonna have Bosco do a sniff check?
Yeah, if we head over to where the crime scene was.
Alright, you head over to the crime scene, and you want to do a sniff check?
Detective Percy, you think you could play a little diddle for our junior detective here, Bosco?
Our sniff dog?
Yes.
You're asking for bardic inspiration?
Yes, please. Let's see if I need it first for Bosco. Yeah, let's roll that.
I'm also going to roll an investigation to see
Ooh,
if I
that
pick
is
up
helpful.
any clues.
19.
That bardic inspiration is very helpful. All right. So with your sniff check, you get a scent of something kind of fishy, like a goblin or something.
Oh, Bosco's got a
Pull out that trident.
Bosco's got a scent. Let's follow it.
Bosco is going to follow it, and it's going to go around a couple blocks, and it kind of zigzags. So the pattern of where this goblin is going seems a little chaotic. And as you follow it, eventually, after a little bit, the smell just suddenly stops. It's like out of the blue, just gone. Bosco just sniffs around, and trail just leads to the middle of the street. Nothing there.
While we were still in the alley, did my investigation pick up anything?
You find no, you wouldn't at this point because already other cops would have found stuff.
Gotcha. Okay.
I would also like to, around the scene, I don't think I'm going to find anything, but I would like to investigate and look for any sort of possible, thieving kind of stuff. Any sort of symbols, any sort of thieves' canty, whatever.
Okay, roll for investigation.
Yeah, I don't imagine I'll find much, but it's worth looking. Especially with an
no.
11, I don't think I'm going to find much.
No. So that's
Well,
about
he
all-
wasn't murdered by a thief.
That's about all you guys find.
Is there anything at all in this area? Like any holes in a building or something like that?
No, not really. There's obviously holes in trees a lot, but those are like houses.
I'll cast
So-
a detect evil and good.
I'm right here. Do you really need to cast detection on anything? I'm just standing here. Jesus.
Not now, Adriana. I'm detectiving.
Okay, honey, you do what you want in your pretty little hat. Okay.
It is a pretty hat.
You do not detect any evil around you.
Do I detect any thoughts around us?
However, wait, there's
Nope.
something. You know if there's
Well,
a
it's just like,
place or
that's so
object within
dumb.
30 feet
God.
of the next one.
Wait, Richard, what'd you say?
I was just looking at this thing about, you know if there is a place or object within 30 feet that has been magically consecrated or desecrated. Still, no, I don't think you'd find anything.
Nothing's been desecrated.
Is it a perception to pick up clues or investigation?
Investigation.
Okay.
I don't know what detect thoughts you're doing.
You can use the spell to detect the presence of thinking creatures you can't see. When you cast the spell as your action during the duration, you can search for thoughts within 30 feet of you.
Great Scott, I think I found a clue, guys!
You might like barely detect it, might barely be in the range of like a nearby home, and someone's like, "Oh man, what am I gonna make for dinner?"
That is me
Mystery
about 12
solved.
hours out of the day.
Gotcha.
That nat 20 of an investigation.
Hey, stop.
I wish I had more to give you, but I don't really, other than
Kitty.
Is there any residue as if someone teleported away?
Or bird feathers, giant
there-
bird feathers.
There is not.
What
Can I
if
bank that crit?
Hmm?
No.
Shadow step, maybe.
Well, that or the mirror.
What if he was picked up from
Or
above?
the mirror.
Mirror.
The mirror
Is
doesn't leave residue,
Hmm.
and it's literally the night before he left.
But then wouldn't the mirror be here?
No, you can move the mirror. He took it with him.
Well, who moved the mirror?
The guy,
The shopkeep.
the shopkeep.
So wait, he went into the mirror and then the mirror just fell on the ground.
No,
The
he used
guy-
mirror to
Goblin-
catch the goblin.
Yeah.
he might have captured the goblin.
Can Bosco smell to see if there's any other presence of someone here?
I mean, it's a town street.
Yeah, it's a town street. It's just so like congested with so many other smells. It's impossible to really tell.
Okay.
What time is it right now? Are we looking at?
It's looking about bar time. With your nat 20
Okay.
investigation, you can tell you found pretty much everything you're gonna find here.
Okay, I think we need to follow up with our lead at the magic shop if it's open. If not, then I don't know.
If you want to get to the magic shop, you got to get there real quick. Otherwise, it's gonna be closed, and the guy's
Okay.
gonna be heading over to the bar.
I think I'm going to, assuming the normal shopkeep isn't there.
We're going there. I'm staying at the bottom of the tree. I am not going near it.
I will say that the magic shop is on the complete opposite side of town.
Okay, maybe in the morning. We'll do that in the morning.
Well,
So,
we can meet up with him at the bar to see if we can talk to him a little bit.
do we want to
Well-
do that?
He's only expecting to see one of us.
It'll be a
Right.
surprise.
Very
I don't
quick
know if
way
the price he's
to
gonna
spook
like.
him.
I'm invisibling.
I'm thinking, if you want to go in and see what you can get out of him, and maybe
No.
one of us is in there for security purposes, just in case things go down. Meanwhile, Duel, if you want to use your searching for a creature thing, perhaps you and Finn could do that, and in case something happens, Finn can send to us in case of any sort of emergency.
Meanwhile, you break into the magic shop that's booby trapped.
No, I said I was going to be watching E in case anything goes down.
Oh. Okay.
Deception roll. No, he's actually. Josh comes back just covered in magic, just juices. Yeah, it was real booby trapped.
This is booby trap for real.
All right, so what's the plan?
I guess
Do we have a time of when that happened with the both attacks?
the
Both attacks seem to happen at around. Well, The first one was
Little
like
girl was just getting dark.
Yeah, so let's say like 9 o'clock, and then the other one was closer to midnight.
Okay. So I only have it for an hour, and I can only do it once. So we need to pick our time well. If
Yeah.
we're gonna do that. How about this? E, why don't you go meet with our contact, see if we can learn about the owner of the shop. What could be in that book of his, who he was talking to, any information you can find. Yeah, like Dash said, Finn and I can go scouting around. Actually, Lena, if you want to come too, when it's nighttime, you can get around pretty quick, right?
Yeah.
We can just do some sweeping through the city, see if we spot anything. Between the three of us, we might be able to see something. And we'll reconvene at midnight if we don't find anything else.
Works for me. And E, you can count on me to have your back. Good old Ralphie and good old Life Stealer.
We're not planning on killing him.
I
Not yet.
didn't say that, but if he comes at you, you bet I'm going to be defensive.
I can take care of myself.
Duelist.
I believe you, but we can take care of him faster with both of us.
Guys, new city. Let's not. Okay, whatever.
No,
Just
he's,
give
he's
up.
right. If the shadow is here and if he is taking control of people, we need to have our guards up.
All I'm saying is I'll be there and armed, and I'll be watching over.
All I really need to do is keep him talking for an hour, and then he'll do whatever I want.
Great. And I'm gonna hang out for that hour and do whatever.
All
Let's
right.
do that.
So let's cut over to the tavern.
Before the tavern,
Mm-hmm.
as a secret weapon, he's gonna go back to the inn and change into that bomb-ass dress.
Her secret weapon.
Yes, girl. Yes,
The
girl.
one she got in Norris Crag.
Uh-huh.
Yes, queen. Yes.
By the way, for those who are curious, this screenshot is from Quest for Glory, though I don't know which one.
Ah.
Alrighty. So let's put you over to Nasties.
Is Nasty the name of the owner?
I guess
It's
it
me,
is.
Nasty.
Alrighty.
Good nasty.
Squirrel parking. That's adorable.
Alrighty. So there you are. You have it.
So the
You, show
squirrel
up to
really was fucking big.
You show up to Nasty's, and it seems to be a pretty good night for the locals. You see a lot of people there. You don't see many tourist-looking people. You mostly see locals.
Just for sake of anybody possibly recognizing my previous comp look, I will shrink my size a little bit more and look like my old halfling owner.
Okay.
Just in case anybody were to recognize the chief.
All right. And one of the guys there, lo and behold, is Camper. And he's sitting kind of in.
Is he to scale of the bar in this image now?
No, I just dropped him in. But he's over in a he's like in a corner booth or whatever. And he sees Lady E. He's just like, "Oh, hey, what's up?
Hello there.
Over here."
She's gonna walk over and sit down in front of him.
I'm trying to get close to as scale as possible.
We're gonna go ahead, and as soon as she gets in range, we're gonna start rolling this out.
All right.
So that'll take an hour to cast.
Alrighty.
And the idea being, I will do anything for this woman in front of me.
Ooh, good one. All right. So during that time, what do you say to him while this is going on? He's completely oblivious, by the way. He's gonna. If there's any save, he doesn't succeed.
Are you telling him he'll do anything for 48 hours then? That's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean he's
In the
doesn't have the best. He doesn't have the best wisdom saves. I can tell you already. So, or is it intelligence though?
it's I don't know. Where is it? It says it in the intelligence saving.
Intelligence saving throws.
All right, I gotta roll it real quick because he actually
Gotta make 3.
3,
He's gotta make 3. Okay.
19 DC.
You know,
Okay.
sweetie, I would really like all the items in your shop.
She can
He got-
technically.
He got a 12, a 4, and a 21.
So he is under her spell for 24 hours.
Okay. So
In the meantime of the hour, she's gonna be playing coy with him. I imagine, given that she's had 14 years to, have her mind powers and stuff, it's not the first time that she's done this. More than likely to, like, get free rooms and stuff, like, make guys think that she's interested in them and just, talk up with them and flirt.
yeah, he is gonna be buying her drinks. I mean, if there's any more questions you want to ask of him, now's the time that you could do that too.
I think just to keep things like everything's gonna be innocent and flirty, just basic stuff like, about him, what he likes to do, and all that.
Okay, he'll mention that he grew up in Tiberius, or I guess Animus, and well, for one reason or another, he decided to move, and he had made some money, and he wanted to kind of find a place to settle down, and so he made his way all the way to Pine Deep, and now he's enjoying his time on the other side of the world.
So he's retired.
He's keeping a low profile.
What does he have to keep a low profile from?
In an attempt to seem kind of like a bad boy badass, he's going to kind of hint at the fact that he might have not gotten his money in the most legal of ways. Insight 20. Yeah, I mean, that's what you're getting at, that he's
He's actually truthful about it. He's not trying to make himself seem more dangerous.
Oh, he is trying to make himself seem like a badass, but he is also telling the truth. Yes, he seems like he did some stuff that was illegal, and he got some money, and now he's sort of in retirement. Yeah,
Gotcha.
in retirement, laying low.
Well, after the hour is up, that's when she's actually going to ask the things that matter, because she's not going to leave that up to chance. And just after she, like, feels it, like, taking hold and, like, that mind connection, she's like, "You'd tell me anything, right?"
This is after the mind connections started?
Yeah.
I'd be like, yeah, sure.
All right. What were the questions I had to ask him? It was about the shop owner?
The ledger, just find out the character about the shop owner guy. Does he make the stuff? Is he a dealer? Does he sell the stuff? Has he been acting strange lately?
Gotcha. I'm actually more interested about that shop. The owner, does he usually make house calls and bring over things to clients?
I don't think so, but, I actually can't think of a time that he's made a delivery like that.
Did he tell you
I've
where...
been with him for about a year now, and I can't think of a time that he's done that.
Did he tell you where he was going?
No. Just said he had some business to do.
Did he give you any way?
Kind of in a hurry.
Did he give you any way to contact him in an emergency, of course?
He did not.
I saw you taking apart those alarms. What would they have done if they were set off?
Oh, they're connected with all the, the PD, and they got some other, like, stuff to... It'll either trap you, or it'll also, like, spray you with some stuff, so that it's like a color spray thing. So that way, if you try to run, they can find you. So yeah, you'd either be trapped or, tagged, basically.
Have you been taking care of the ledger? I mean, you seemed pretty defensive about it. Sorry about my friend, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Have you read
Yeah,
it
I mean, that's just part of the job. I haven't looked at it closely or anything.
at all? You didn't even take a peek at who maybe he was selling this mirror to? It's kind of an expensive item. 10,000 gold.
I mean, I didn't see the mirror on the ledger when I was writing. Like, it would have been the latest thing on the ledger, and I didn't see it there.
It was a backroom deal, you said.
I guess. Honestly, I hadn't thought about it before until you're asking me about it now.
That seems a little weird.
Yeah, I guess so.
Almost shady in a way, don't you think?
It is, and he's gonna put his hand kind of over Lady E's hand or her thigh, wherever he can reach his hand. It's gonna be like, if we go back there, I can show you the ledger if you want. You want to see it and come on back, and maybe we can just spend some time there.
Why not? Let's take a look at the shop.
Alrighty, and with that, he is going to take you back to the shop. Let's cut over while that's going on. Let's cut over to the other people. Who are you're hanging out in the west part of town where the goblins been sighted?
Yeah, what time is it now, roughly?
Let's say like 11-ish.
Okay, good. Finn, you and me take to the skies. Lena, you want to take to the rooftops?
Yep.
I will take my holy symbol and cast a new spell over it, and I will begin casting Locate Creature. I'm going to use the goblin that was described to me from the murder. So that works in a 1,000-foot radius, and just kind of like a minesweeper, basically. Bosco and I are going to get up kind of a little towards the air, and we're going to kind of fly around, see if we can pick up anything.
All right, you do that for an hour, and during your entire hour, things seem normal.
Just for the record, my passive perception is 23.
I'm sure it's great, but it doesn't matter because everything looks normal. You don't find anything the entire hour. So, I guess we'll come back to Lady E unless you guys want to talk about something.
I guess not.
Duel might notice that I'm clinging a little more than usual.
All right.
You're right there, Finn, or Percy.
Yeah, just last time I was up this high, didn't go great. Still shaking it off. I'll be fine.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I don't see any devils up here. Unless that's wait. No,
dirt. Not funny. It's not funny.
I heard that. You're not funny.
What's funny?
Mm-hmm.
Keep your wits about you. Private. We got a keeper to catch. Goblin on the loose.
Alrighty. Cutting back to the magic shop. Where is Dash?
I've been watching over
sneaking?
E. No,
right, so roll your stealth.
I said I'm in the tavern just watching over E.
Yeah, but they're leaving.
Oh, okay.
They're going back to the magic shop together.
Gotcha. All right. Do you want me to?
Hands, perhaps.
Is it worth my? Is it worth me rolling, or should I just take 25 over his passive? Because it's 25 minimum.
You can take 25 over his passive. He's
it's 25 minimum with reliable talent.
Yeah, he's not going to notice you right now.
I can also cast that thing that makes you invisible, regardless.
Actually, can you do that anyway?
Well, it lasts for a minute. I'm just saying, like, if you ever fail...
And are they both concentration?
No. Phantom Phantom ID is concentration only for the duration of the casting, not for the length of the thing. Because you have to be looking at the person
but
for
it'd
half
only
an
be
hour.
for a minute.
I trust myself.
Can I ready that spell in case he gets a glimpse of Kadash, just so I can be like, oh, what are you looking at?
Yeah,
Sort of
it's up to you.
Okay.
All right, so you get on back, and he opens the door through the magic trap door and disarms the thing and everything.
Okay.
And he spins the ledger around. He's like, "All right, have a look.
Yeah, sure.
See what you want to see."
Your owner doesn't happen to have any scrying orbs in here or anything to look. I wouldn't want to get you in trouble.
No. I mean, are you asking if there's a scrying orb in here, or if he's scrying on us right now?
If he could be scrying on us, I don't want to get you in trouble by bringing somebody here after hours and everything.
I mean, I can't rule it out. I don't know.
Why don't you go look for that?
Where would I look?
Just take a good guess. While he tries to work that out.
I would guess right behind the counter, I guess.
Oh, well then, just put a blanket over anything that might be a screw.
He looks all around, and he sees this skull, and he's like, maybe he's looking through the eyes of the skull, and he just puts a blanket over it.
In any case, what does the ledger actually say for the last few things that are there?
Well, it's about time. We could have had this hours ago. So, let's send that to you guys.
Oh, we actually get the ledger. Oh,
I spent so long on this ledger, guys. Spent hours on this ledger. You're gonna get the fucking ledger. You're gonna see it!
We're trying to see it.
And you're gonna like it!
This Facebook needs a second to load it up. Alright, this ledger is for the entire year of 1293. So that's 4 months and 3 days, roughly.
Okay.
The only thing not on the ledger is what he just wrote down today.
Josh will probably message to E, if you want to keep him occupied, I can look over this, full thing.
Actually, he's gonna do something better than that. She's gonna look at him and say, you know what? I just want to take a little peek at this. Why don't you go upstairs and just wait for me there?
Okay. I look forward to you coming up. And he's gonna head upstairs.
Ugh, men.
For the record, is this moving recent to the past, or is this from the past to the most recent?
This is from the past to the most recent.
Okay, thank you.
After he goes...
Well, you did spend time on this.
Yeah, right. After he goes upstairs...
So you're in the 5th month, so you're basically in May. And this goes all the way back. Hammer is January.
Okay. After he goes upstairs, she's gonna open the door for Kadash and just give the sign.
Thank you. He doesn't actually say thank you out loud.
Just glare at him.
He walks in and yells, "Hieronius sends his regards!" And
God damn it.
I start slapping off all the valuables off the shelf.
I imagine that they will be messaging or telepathically talking to each other.
Yeah, she can telepathically talk.
That's fine. We're looking over it.
Yeah, you might want to take your time with that.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Well, at the moment, I'm looking for something that's not there.
Is it?
I mean, there were some questions that Ryan mentioned, when did he start acting funny and other stuff.
Yeah.
There were other things I had for you to potentially have, so you don't have to look through all of it. You'd have more of an idea what you're looking for, but
she can always go upstairs and ask him too. She has him for 24 hours.
Well, go on ahead and look through it. See if anything catches your eye.
I have a...
What?
Wait, let me just do this.
What? I see it.
What?
I'm not sure what you saw. I noticed that that mirror is nowhere on this ledger, which is what I was looking for.
It never came into his shop. Yeah.
Well,
Click more.
At the very least, it didn't
In the
come in
last 4
this
months,
year. It could have
yeah.
come in earlier.
Zapdol's wondrous items is also kind of suspicious.
Flickmore Fizzlethorpe.
Oh,
I definitely also kept
that's a
reading.
thing, though.
I kept reading armory as army, and I was like, why is this dude arming an entire?
Wizardridge double clank.
Wait, I have Flickmort Quarterberry. Am I looking at the wrong one?
I got Fizzlethorpe.
What's the item?
Yeah.
Cloak of the Mountebank.
Is it bad of me that the first thing I looked for was if there was a heavy armor for Duel and be like, it's gone now?
I guess if you're thinking of it that way. Then
Oh
yeah.
no, I see it. I see Flickmore Fizzlethorpe. You're right.
I mean, Fizzlethorpe is a common
Flickmore.
known name, right?
Not necessarily.
What is it?
Oh,
because
okay,
it's
it's- there's-
Duel's real name?
There's
It's 'cause Duel's last name.
Flickmort.
Yeah.
I know it's
Yeah.
Duel's real last name, but I'm just saying, like,
There's Flickmort Quarterberry and there's Flickmore Fizzlethorpe.
Yeah.
Ah.
Somebody's making up names.
Well,
Somebody
I think somebody-
went through a random gnome generator.
yeah, I was about to say.
yeah.
There's
But one
nothing-
of those is Duel's last name.
Yeah.
That could it could be coincidence, but that's definitely something to note.
Should E go ask for a time frame then?
I don't see why not.
Okay. She's gonna go upstairs.
Mhm.
I would also ask about the mirror because since it's not on here.
Okay. She's gonna go upstairs and look at him and say, "Say, when did he get that mirror?"
Gosh, it's one of I don't know much about the shop, but I do know it's one of his most expensive items. I think he's had it here a long time. You know, those very rare, expensive items. Sometimes they sit for a long time, just waiting for a buyer.
Oh.
And has he been acting strangely at all? Do you think?
It's funny you should ask that because, yeah, like a month or two ago, started acting a bit more strange. I mean, like, he's always been sad, but, I mean, lately he just seemed way more dysfunctional when he would, you know, when he'd come in, he was constantly tired. Seemed like he left earlier a lot. Yeah, he just seemed like he wasn't his usual self. He seemed really stressed out. It's like he seemed really busy, but at the same time, he'd be falling asleep while here. I mean, like, I get it. Like, you know, magic shop is a good business for some people, but, like, sometimes you don't sell anything all day long, and, like, that's just not your business model, you know? Like, sometimes you can make a ton of money just by selling, you know, something every few days. And that's kind of the business model of a shop like this. But so I get that there's a lot of time where he doesn't have to do anything, but he's like, I've seen him passed out on the countertop. Like, he seems really tired lately.
Richard, just for sake of continuity's sake, we'll just say that while they're up there, I like locate like pen and paper and whatnot, and I'm actually like copying all this stuff down just so we have our own copy of
Okay.
these records.
That's fine.
Okay. Well, you keep,
Kadash needs another potion of speed just to, like, write it all down as
Right.
fast as he can.
you keep
He's writing it in
waiting-
thieves' can't, man.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go. He's just like chicken scratch, quick notes.
Mm-hmm.
She's just gonna look at me. And, you keep waiting right there, and go back down.
Okay.
E. Do an Arcana check on Dimensional Shackles.
There's 2 occasions that I've seen that they are on there.
Well, there's one time he purchased them, and one time he sold them to a buyer.
Yeah,
so they're
but
not even here.
item bought. It's with the Hat of Disguise.
If you cross-reference with your items of current inventory, you'll see if the item's still there or not. But if he sold it, chances are, unless he had more than one of it, chances are he no longer has it.
It says they're sold.
So
We
the
can-
last month or so. So
Wasn't the dimensional shackles we were going to use to hold down a god? When we
yeah,
talking
Yeah.
we talked about
yeah,
it,
we
but
thought about that.
That was our.
Isn't that a really high tier weapon or item?
It's pretty high up there.
They were sold for 5,500 gold, so they certainly weren't sold for cheap.
Get a broom of flying. Let's go find Boxum's Sprocket Clank and mug that fucker.
He doesn't sound like a real fighter.
He really doesn't. He sounds like a, oh no, somebody's stealing my things. That's what
There's
he
definitely
sounds
Flew
like.
away on a broom and you'll never be able to get him.
is there anything
definitely-
anything he bought that's not on the current thing that he didn't sell?
Like outside of the shackles, I mean, nothing's really. Maybe Rod of the Pact Keeper, but that's not.
Alright, I am. If you want to keep chatting this boy up, I'm doing my
Ring of X-ray
cross-referencing
vision.
right now.
That's a little fucking creepy. Fizdale slam cog. Yeah, he's gonna slam that cog, huh? Sure. Sure.
Yeah, boy.
Wait,
Yeah, boy.
what? There's 3 moon touch swords in his inventory, but only 2 that he bought.
Nah, if you scroll up, he bought the other one earlier.
Oh, I see.
No, I'm currently
Y'all,
a
all
bunch of-
I'm reading is a shopping list of people that we need to go mug.
I'm not sure what we should be looking for here.
I'm not either.
That's why
In
I'm
the past 2 months, he
cross-referencing.
said. Yeah.
He got depressed. And I'm not there, so I can't really roll for anything.
Yep.
He said he was always sad, but that
He was always
changed.
sad. Why was he always sad?
Because he's just a sad person, I guess.
It's because he's a murderer.
What's
He's
the
just really
Makes
upset.
him really sad.
What's the feather token?
Yeah, I'm curious what that is.
To be honest, I don't even know. I had a random thing.
Bombit, Nico, Plug, Jinx, Zapdale's Wondrous Items. Fizdale Slam Cock. 12 plus Jinx, Brody's Potions. Jinx Trigger.
He's sad because he still has his alchemy jug. He still has mayonnaise, so I don't know why he's...
Right, he could just sit and eat mayonnaise.
Oh.
Ray of Enfeeblement.
He
That's
wait,
a spell scroll.
wait.
To
Did he sell
Elworth
that?
Swift Ratchet. Item sold, yeah.
No. Something else that I just saw. I don't think he sold
Oh.
that, and it's not on the list.
What is the mirror?
There's a Rod of Resurrection that he bought. That is
Yes.
not in items sold, and it is not in the current items.
Alright, well, that's the thing to ask your boy about.
Hold on, who did he buy it from? Where? Ah, God damn it! I just saw it. Rod of Resurrection. Bought it from Barry and Cujo Projects.
Barry and Cujo
Oh, yeah, now I
Projects,
see it.
for which he also sold them blowgun ammunition.
Yeah.
Of course, that is the only time they appear on here.
Right. Well, the rod, I don't see a sell date, and that's kind of a ridiculous item.
Yeah.
And then it's not in his current. Can we look through the shop and see if there's a Rod of Resurrection somewhere that's not in his?
I can do that.
Yes,
I can
roll
do that while
invest-
you're occupying
Roll
the other
investigation.
guy, I guess.
Oh no, he'll wait there for me until I come, or until the 24
Yeah.
hours is up.
All right,
It's a
sweet.
really fucked up spell.
I'm happy that you have an opportunity to use it.
Well, that rolled over from a 19, but
Hold on.
Dash certainly doesn't find it.
What is it? Investigation?
Yeah.
Right.
Lady E looks all over, and she feels extremely confident that it is not here.
I think that might be the smoking gun. Maybe?
So they kept it.
Yeah. What would he use that for? Maybe he resurrected somebody that... But what
Like
if he
he's sad all the time. He's going to resurrect someone who's been
Someone
dead a long
died.
time.
Yeah, someone died that he loved.
Who did he lose? Who did he lose?
What if he resurrected somebody that died in the Shadowfell? And that's how the thing corrupted him.
Well, I guess you should talk to your friend and see if he lost
Let's go
anybody
upstairs to the guy.
recently. You keep
Man, you are blue balling this guy hard.
Oh, you don't even know the half of it.
Like,
There
you
was
go back
one time
upstairs
as
and
a
he is
woman
in his
who left
underwear,
somebody
like,
tied to a
ready
bed,
to go.
so-
And he's just like, all right, we gotta finally get this on.
She's just gonna walk in. Say, the shop owner downstairs, did he ever lose anyone?
Yeah, well, I don't know why you're asking about all of this, but I feel compelled to tell you. Yeah, he lost his wife and daughter. It was like a really long time ago, though. I don't know what that has to do with anything.
Wife and daughter. Do you know where they were buried? Is there a cemetery around here?
There is.
Is it just the one?
There's just one big cemetery, as far as I know.
Oh, okay. And they were buried there, presumably. You don't know how they died, do you?
I think he said something about a forest fire, maybe? He didn't like to talk about it.
I imagine
I
not.
mean, we did have like a drink. We had like a night where we kind of got drunk once, and he kind of got dark and went into some stuff about that. So, yeah.
I see. And one other thing. Do you know anything about a shop called Barry and Cujo Projects?
No.
So that's not in this city.
Never heard of
I see.
Barry or Cujo, or I haven't heard a shop of that name. No.
Okay. Well, why
Good night.
don't you get some sleep? Okay?
Okay. You can tell he's disappointed. It's like, she got me. All right. And then he just goes to sleep.
And she's just gonna walk back downstairs.
Alrighty.
So our guy lost the wife and the daughter. Sounds like a pretty easy mind to be corrupted.
Oh, you know what? Since you got a 20 on your investigation, Artem,
Mm-hmm.
there's one other thing.
It's not a nat
you
20.
notice. I know it's not a nat 20, but still,
Okay.
it's a 20. One other thing you notice that you didn't notice last time as you thoroughly checked everywhere, there is of what's in the inventory, the Manual of Golems, volumes 1, 2, 3, and 4. You've noticed that volume 2 is missing.
Oh no! Oh, you dumb son of a bitch! How much you guys want to bet that he made a golem for his dead family?
Homunculus.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Edward.
Can I take the other 3 volumes?
You can.
Are
Well,
they?
like-
Before we
like
swipe
steal
those, before we swipe those, can we double check to make sure they're not gonna, throw big spells in our faces when we open them?
They're the most
Oh.
expensive items there.
He disarmed the wards.
I think he disarmed the door. I don't think he disarmed everything in it.
I can go upstairs and tell him to disarm it.
We're not robbing this guy. Let's go.
He might be the
I mean-
shadow. We should probably know what we're up against with the golems.
Do you really think he's the shadow?
I think the shop owner is the shadow, which is making golems.
All right. Well, I looked at the thing. It takes like 100 days to. So
Possibly. But literally, he just said that one of them is missing.
Well,
Alright.
don't assume that it works exactly the way it does in that book. Like, remember.
Well,
that
I was going to-
you to
I was going to roll to see if the
Can I
books were booby trapped, but Arcana probably wasn't the right roll for that. But that was an Arcana roll.
Can I
To see if
Arcana
they were
them?
warded in any way.
Or is
I
it
don't
a
know why
perception
Finn
thing?
is Eldritch blasting something somewhere else, but he is.
He's just
Hey, we're supposed to lay low.
He's
We're
just
supposed to
shooting
lay low.
squirrels.
I threw that when you said he was in the bed laying in his boxers.
Oh.
I was just, yeah.
Can
Okay.
I Arcana or Perception or Investigate if they're warded? At the very least, we should read them and see if there's anything that pops out.
Yes, that was my thought, and that was why I was checking to see if they were trapped. That way we could at
Okay.
least flip through them.
Alrighty. So you're gonna try to look through the books?
Can
Try
we
to
see
read
if
them?
they're booby trapped first?
Roll Arcana.
No, come on.
My 7, I was kind of like, I don't know. You try.
You see little glyphs on them that seem that if they're taken out of the store without being purchased and without the glyphs being removed, that they would set off an alarm.
But we can read them in the store.
Theoretically.
Okay.
Well, all right. You started working on that volume. I'll flip through this one.
Yep. I think that's what's going to happen right now.
Alrighty,
flip,
just
flip,
one
flip, flip.
second.
I guess I'll go through 1 and 2, or 1 and 3, and you'll check 4 and 5.
Well, 2 is
Just
not
4.
there. There-
Right. So I'll check 1 and 3,
There's-
and you'll check 4 and 5.
There's no 5.
I thought there were 5 of them.
Nope,
no,
there's
there's
just
4.
4. The 2
Never
is listed
mind.
on like the list of items that you can buy,
Yeah.
but it's not in the shop.
So you notice that the 3. Sorry, I'm just pulling it up real quick.
3 is so expensive. Why is that
The 3 that are there, they're very rare items.
Yeah, but volume 3 is more expensive than 4. That's interesting.
Well, Volume 1 is labeled Clay Golems. Volume 3 is labeled Iron Golems. And Volume 4 is labeled Stone Golems.
Is there an insert in any of the books that's like, get the whole collection so that we can see what book 2 is called?
I'm a wager
No,
a guess
there's
that that says it's flesh.
Probably.
In any case, so if you're looking, are you looking into it and trying to read some of it?
Yeah, just seeing if there's anything that sticks out.
Are either
Anything specifically
spell-
regarding like resurrection?
First of all, are either of you spellcasters that have at least 2 5th level spell slots?
I use
No.
spell points, but if you convert it, yes.
I have level 3 or level 2 slots, and that's it.
All right. Kadash is going to take 66 psychic damage.
Ow!
Are they cursed?
Did you say 6d6 or 66?
6d6. So 22 psychic damage goes through
Okay.
Kadash as he tries to decipher what the heck this
Dash
stuff
just
is.
drops the book. Oh nope, these nope, can't nope. You read. Ow. That's ow.
Yep.
Are you okay?
Is she okay?
Lady E technically doesn't have spell slots, but I'll give it to her because we've been kind of going on an equivalency thing. So yeah, she's able to read the books.
I feel fine.
Cool. I'm just gonna close this one and put it back on the shelf.
All right.
Is there anything in there about
I am
like
also
resurrection and
going
stuff?
to ask for. Never mind.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, she's just gonna go through, look for things about resurrection, any references that also could maybe clue us into what Volume 2 was. Like, does the forward of Volume 3 mention what was in Volume 2 or anything like that?
No, they all seem like they're separate books. They're just all related.
Do they have anything on resurrection in them?
No.
No. Do they have anything on spirits, consciousness, shadows? Like
Roll investigation.
okay. Yeah, putting like basically putting some sort of intelligent thing into something else. There it is.
Investigation. You are able to tell that golems do not have any kind of consciousness or real life at all. It's like simulated life. And that's mostly what you get. I don't think there's anything about shadows or anything like that. You learn that they can't, like, any construct cannot speak, but they can understand the language of whoever makes them.
Okay.
You understand that they are ridiculously expensive for the amount of materials he needs, like diamonds and all sorts of other stuff. So the materials needed are 10 times more expensive than the book itself. The book itself is just 10% of the overall cost.
So it could be 100,000 gold?
Yes. To make an iron golem,
Jesus. Is there anything in there that says anything about golems, like, degenerating over in time if not done correctly or something like that?
I don't know. There is something about the amount of time it takes. I'm not going exactly off of the rules from the DMG, but I will say that they take a lot of days to do it, and you need to be spending at least 8 hours a day working on them, if not more.
Which could explain why he's been so tired all the time and passing out on the counter.
That probably would explain that.
Does the shop have a basement?
It does not. There's just tree roots.
Okay. I'm gonna put the books back.
Okay.
If you're gonna read the other one, just don't ask me to help.
I think we have what we need. We know why it could have possibly happened. Now we just have to keep an eye out for him coming back. And also maybe we should see where his family went.
Makes sense. Maybe we should visit the gravesite.
That's creepy. But yes. So, I guess they're just gonna leave. Is there a way to lock the door from the inside? Like turn the thing and then close it?
We'll say yes.
Okay.
It's not
not
gonna
a
be
deadbolt,
armed.
but the other one.
Yeah, it's not
It won't
armed,
be-
but people don't know that.
Yeah.
Does he have a little fantasy brink like post next to his door, protected by whatever?
Sure. I mean, you could just tell him to arm it after you leave and then go back to sleep, but it's up to you.
But what if we want to come back inside?
That's true.
Oh,
Yeah, just close it behind us.
actually, is there a key to the door?
There is not. It seems like the key was taken.
He's gonna go upstairs.
Yeah,
Oh,
actually, I would say, yeah, his key would be from the upstairs, not from the downstairs.
Oh, so there's no key for the downstairs then?
No, I think that's just the magic shop owner that has that.
Oh, okay, so he unlocks it from the back every time. Okay. Alright. We're done then. Lock the door.
I think
Alright.
this is a good time for us to kind of check in with them.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say we're
Day
gonna
one of the
have
investigation.
everybody up and possibly do the graveyard, and then we might. I was thinking of calling a night around 11ish.
Okay.
That's fine. If we want to do the graveyard first, then call it a night for us and the characters.
Yeah. So I'll burn ascending and tell Lady E, clear skies up here, streets are quiet. What's up?
We have a lead. Meet us at the graveyard.
Creepy. Okay.
That's everyone's first response. Creepy.
I just like to
Alright.
imagine Finn's like, do I want
So
to?
the party meets up at the graveyard. We might have time for one more thing after this. We'll see.
Okay.
And
So-
we look for. We're investigating for anything for
What do I see?
regarding
My
his family.
elfin eyes.
What are you guys looking for with?
Names of the family on
Oh.
tombstones.
Yep, we're looking for the family plot. Although 13, I don't know what that's gonna do for me.
I mean, personally, I'm looking around to see, like, if there's anyone there, anyone creeping around, anyone hiding. As paranoid as I can be.
As
What's that
paranoid
sound?
as
What noises
given
do I
that
hear?
you just recently died, it is eerily quiet there.
Eerily quiet. No bugs, no animals.
Well, with a 22 perception, eventually you would see a groundskeeper off in the distance. He hasn't noticed you yet, though.
Does he look like Dompe from Ocarina of Time?
Maybe.
Guys, there's a groundskeeper here. Are we going straight in and talking or sneaking? What do you guys want to do?
We're killing him.
I'm
no,
pretty
we're not killing him.
I'm pretty good at the sneaking.
Oh, we're... This
I'll
is
go
a
ahead.
group.
I'll go ahead and cast Detect Magic.
If
I'm just gonna invisible it.
it's a graveyard,
Alright.
it's not illegal to walk through a graveyard.
Does anything
Hey,
ping while we're
there
looking
is.
around?
We're doing a little more than just
It could
walking,
be,
though.
It could be
Ethan.
trespassing.
At a
At
graveyard?
this hour, it could be. At this hour, yeah.
They close that shit down, bruh.
Yeah, you can't.
So wait, well,
do we hop a fence to get
Maybe
in?
not.
yeah. How do we
Even
get
if-
in?
I mean, even if we're allowed to be
I'm
here, we
going
still
to
don't want to
fly
be
over the
seen
top of
here.
the fence.
Maybe.
I don't think there's a fence or anything. I think
Yeah,
you would
then
just
it's an
be able to
open
walk
graveyard. Yeah. I mean, there's
okay,
open
fine.
graveyards in Baltimore that you could just walk through. The really
It's
old
true.
ones.
But I don't know if we want to be recognized as investigating this place at the moment.
Okay.
I mean, I'll go talk to him.
I don't think we even need to talk to him unless he sees us. Maybe we're just people looking at the grave, paying respect.
Yep.
Richard, does Detect Magic pick up anything?
No, it doesn't.
Well, I guess we're just looking for his family's plot then.
Alright, so you can roll investigation for that.
I rolled a 13.
Oh, investigation.
You don't find
Man, I love investigation.
You've been rolling a lot on advantage. Is that a thing, like an aura you've got right now?
Or
Or
glasses.
or glasses?
That's the
Yep.
only magic item that I got to start with.
Why dual roll 2 d20s?
Bosco
Gotcha.
sniffing?
Because of what?
Bosco sniffing?
Oh, Bosco sniffing.
I mean,
Alright,
well, if he
doesn't-
smells the
doesn't-
goblin, I guess, but
He doesn't sniff anything other than dead bodies.
What are they, just lying on the ground?
Yeah, just underground. Just the graveyard has a distinct smell. For a bear anyway. Lady E finds the graves.
Of course
She's
she
able
does.
to.
I've done this before.
So is Duel going over and talking with groundskeeper Willie?
I'd like to, yeah, if you guys want to investigate.
well, Finn,
While they go,
you got that shovel, don't you?
While they go investigate, Duel will head over. Is anybody else heading over with him?
Shovel, maybe not.
I'll go talk too. I don't want to
Okay.
leave Duel without
Alright.
a wingman.
Finn and Duel go over together.
All right.
And he goes
As
like,
we
"What-
as we
what are you
walk
doing here
over-
this late
as-
hour? You
as
just,
we
see
walk
a,
over,
you just see a gnome with a thick white beard and like black cap and black pants.
I really thought it was gonna be Dompe.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, no.
as we walk over, I'm going
I-
to kind
I'll
of
make
lean
a
over to
Photoshop.
Duel.
Yeah, he
I
kind of
don't
has
know.
like a black and green cloak.
Okay. Duel, do you want to take this one? Do you want to lead on this one or what?
Why don't I lead, you hop in if it looks like I'm straggling.
Sounds good.
Hello there, groundskeeper. It's a nice night out here.
Yeah,
I'm here with my.
What you do in my graveyard?
I don't mean to offend. I'm here with my partner, actually, Detective Percy, and myself, Duke Tracestone. We're investigating the tragic incident that happened about a day or so ago. Wondering if you had any information of suspicious activity around these areas here.
Yeah, as you come to mention it. Yeah, about a month ago or so, I caught somebody trying to dig up one of the graves.
Someone digging up a grave, you say?
Yes.
Could you describe the person?
Elf, seeing middle-aged, kind of dirty blonde hair, fairly pointy ears, long pointy ears. About as good of a look as I got of him. As I shone my lantern on him, he ran away.
Could you tell how old the elf fellow was?
Put him around 355, 375 maybe.
Okay, getting up there.
He's an elf.
Right.
I guess for a human it'd be more like, like 50, 55.
So I guess this is something that doesn't happen very often. You don't get visitors, I guess.
No, not usually, not at this hour. Except for some, kids.
Do you mind showing us the grave where he was trying to dig up?
Sure.
Oh, we're already there. Mm-hmm.
You're not already there. He's gonna take you to somewhere else.
Oh.
Yeah, he's gonna take you over to an elven woman who died fairly recently.
I'll wipe the grave clean and read what it says.
All right. It just says so and so. Name doesn't really matter. Died here.
Be respectful, dude. Come on.
Was like 600 years old, and what was I gonna say? And seemed to die about 2 months ago.
Can I look at the ground? Can I see if it looks like it's been more disturbed recently than any of the other graves?
It does look like it's been disturbed more recently.
Can I cast detect, or can I do a divine sense? Do I pick up anything?
You do not pick up anything.
Okay. So you saw this guy who's digging up a grave. How did they manage to do it, or did you stop?
No, I stopped him. He was trying to dig in. I think his shovel had gotten to the point of the casket when I caught him, and he ran off. And out of respect, after I couldn't catch him, I did what I could to rebury the grave, give it back to normal.
Do you have, has the person that just died last night, was he sent here as well, or is his body elsewhere?
Oh, I think he's over at the morgue still, and I'm sure his service will be on Saturday. People usually like the weekend for services, and more people can show up.
Makes sense. You never noticed any other people coming by here at night, messing with the graves, bringing reagents, things like that?
I had heard some rumblings, first I thought it was an animal, then I thought it might have been somebody. That's why I've kind of been patrolling a little bit more eagerly lately. That's when I caught him.
Caught who?
Well, caught whoever that guy was. I guess I didn't catch him. I just saw him. But I caught him in the act.
But you haven't found any other graves that are upturned?
I'm
gonna message Finn.
I hadn't seen any graves that were, immediately looking like caskets were open or nothing. Comes with me, so I guess I could have looked a little bit harder. I wasn't looking how much the dirt was disturbed or nothing. I didn't see nothing like that.
This guy hiding
your insight would tell he's telling the truth.
Okay.
He feels a little guilty for not taking closer looks at things, but he's not. He has his suspicions, but he's not aware of any other graves being dug up.
It's okay. You didn't do anything wrong. How would you Why would you expect someone to be digging up graves? You're fine.
Okay.
On a personal note, is there a Twidleski buried here?
Who?
Do you know any of the names? I'll search myself. Old friend, I'm not sure if he'd be here or not.
Oh, okay.
Tell
Any
me,
other questions?
are there any goblins that are buried here?
No, I heard that there was a goblin roaming around on the other side of town, but I've seen no goblins here. I had my suspicions, like I said, that there was some rumblings going around, and thought for a while maybe it might be the goblin, but now I think it was that elf.
Elf. Blonde-haired, 300-year-old elf.
Dirty blonde, I'd say.
If it's all right with you, my partner and I are going to look around for any other clues. We happen to think there might be someone visiting here up to no good. Is it all right if we have the?
Do you mind if I just stick around?
Sure.
If you find anything, you can let me know. I kind of, I feel responsible for this land.
Sure, if that's fine with us.
All right, he's gonna walk over with you. Meanwhile, the other people have been investigating. So, as far as investigating the graves, what are you guys trying to look for?
I want to see if they've been dug up.
Yeah, is there any indication that they've been tampered with? Anything like?
Okay, so first of all, the year, it looks like they died just over 100 years ago,
Okay.
like 102 years ago. And roll for investigation.
I can do that.
I may have some extra stuff I can do this for. That I can do for this. If you consider this graveyard to be grassland.
Not really. It's still more of like a woods area.
Well, then never mind.
Oh, from Droughty.
From Droughty.
Yeah, it seems like it was a while ago, but when you compare it to other graves around, it seems like the dirt was broken up a bit more at some point. Not super recently. It might have been in the past month or two.
Which still coincides with when he got the wand. Or the rod, rather.
If this really happened that long ago, maybe...
Looks like Finn knows something from his bardic lore.
Yeah. Maybe he found the wand, but it was too late. Maybe that's why he's been so bummed out. And maybe being so bummed out made it easy for the shadow to slip in there.
Possible. I worry that there's something else here that we're not seeing. Should we dig up bodies? I feel like he would know that it took too long. I don't think we'd find anything down there, but...
I mean, it would take me a long time to dig. Well, there is a groundskeeper. I might be able to lift a shovel or two, bring him back here. Unless either of you have a faster way of digging up a grave.
I deal with mines. I can't do shit with physical objects.
I've dug a few before. I mean, I can start.
Lena, is it worth maybe you shadow stepping over to the groundskeeper's quarters and grabbing a shovel or two, bringing them back here?
Yeah, I can do that. If I can see the direction in which the groundskeeper's little thing is, I will go that way.
Is that kosher, Richard? Can we do that?
Sorry, say it one more time.
If Lena shadow steps her way over to wherever the groundskeeper's like shack is or whatever to bring some shovels over here so that we can...
yeah, sure. Yeah, that's totally fine. All right, you guys dig up the gravesite?
Yep.
You dig up the grave and find two caskets. One full-sized, one more gnome-sized or child-sized.
Well,
Are
this might be one of the
Either-
worst things I've had to crack open, but
Before
Yes,
you do, like, have they been visibly, like, opened up or anything? Is there any damage to either of the caskets?
Roll investigation.
Fuck it, let's open it.
Where's the button? The button that makes everything good.
the button that makes everything good.
Lady E, with her magic glasses, thinks that she might see signs of like a crowbar or something being used on them.
I think they have been propped open before.
Well, all right.
I'd like to get, like, that swatch of cloth I used as a mask, like, in the spore place, and just to bar from smell.
Get prepare yourselves, ladies. And I guess I'll make use of my thieves' tools to pop these open.
All right, give me an athletics check, or I guess it would be
Is it sleight of hand? What is thieves' tools, or am I just rolling just a 20+ proficiency? I don't remember.
Oh, I mean, just to like get the casket open, I think it's just an athletics.
Gotcha. Okay. Sure, I'll do that. I could also just take a 17 if that's enough, but I'll go ahead and do a roll.
That's fine.
Oh, there you go. I'll do the 20.
Okay. Yeah, you get the caskets open, and they are empty.
I
Well-
want to say thank Hieronius for that, but that's still not great.
Yeah, he
At least-
closes them back up.
Definitely
I guess we need
confirms it.
time to put this dirt back.
Indeed.
Yep.
All right.
Do that, return the shovels.
What do people say as they're digging, putting dirt back into the graves?
This is fucked up.
So, some sick fuck came up and robbed the graves. It could be him, it could maybe be somebody else. Who knows?
I don't know who would dig up a woman and child who weren't their own family.
It's definitely
Grave
him.
diggers?
Well, with
I
that
don't know how
rod
that-
of resurrection in his inventory, it doesn't look like it.
I don't know how this goblin plays into things. Maybe it doesn't.
Could be unrelated.
It's true.
But Goblin
This guy's
disappeared suddenly, right?
yeah.
He just ran off. And everybody, by the sounds of it, everybody's was so scared to see him that they turned and ran. They fled the scene before they actually got to see where he was going.
Listen, I know that old Mandel gave us this lead in the first place. And with that, in our own investigation, it feels pretty safe to say that this shopkeeper is currently under the Shadow's influence. Is it completely stupid to just confront him about that and hope for a chance to go after this Shadow ourselves? Or do we just sit and wait for him to make himself more known to us?
I think
Or ambush us?
if we find him, we can perhaps leave innocent people out of it. If he comes back into the city, there's no telling what he could do.
So we need to find where this shopkeeper went.
Yes.
I think that'd be
I'm-
best.
Alright, well that's 3 votes for that. I guess we'll see what Duel and Finn have to say.
I'm gonna take these shovels back before he notices they're gone. Hopefully we can get out of here before he realizes what
Oh, I
we
thought
did.
he was with you the whole time. I thought he was like totally
Oh.
okay with it. Like,
Oh, well, if he was
I thought
there
he
with
went.
us.
I thought
then
he went
shit.
with Ryan.
Yeah, he
and
was with
Finn.
Duel and Finn, I thought.
Or yeah, Duel.
oh, did they go elsewhere while you guys were doing
You
that?
said
Yeah,
it
they
went to a
didn't
different
have
cave.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
But it's fine. It
That
just
was
means
all happening
it just means he was
concurrently.
distracted enough. That's totally
Got
fine.
it. Okay. All right. I misinterpreted. Okay, that's all fine.
All Gucci, my friend.
Okay.
No.
So yeah, that's what we know then. And I guess we
Shovels are back.
meet Duel and Finn back at the entrance and let them know what's up.
So the bodies were gone?
Bodies were gone. The shopkeeper has a rod of resurrection. He's been acting strange ever since he got it. and now he's out of town. Which makes me think wherever he went, maybe he's trying to resurrect his wife and daughter. And as you say, Finn, it's too late for that. And if this guy is already under the influence of the shadow, I'm afraid of what he will do when he learns that he can't bring them back.
Maybe he thinks if he can make a new body for their souls to inhabit and then kill that, then he could resurrect them? But that's way out there. That's
Here.
Whatever his plan is, I think we need to find him.
I think I got an idea. That mirror is pretty expensive. It's pretty powerful. Whoever wants it probably is also very powerful. This guy, the shopkeeper, he got close, but not close enough. Maybe he's getting their bodies, and he's got that rod, but he's using that mirror as a trade to get the person, whoever he's talking to, with more power, more skill, to bring back his daughter and his wife. Maybe he's using that as a bargaining.
That's also possible. And whatever his plan is, though, we need to find him.
Yeah.
Is it worth having Moscow sniff those graves in particular? The bodies have been moved. I don't know if it'll be able to track a scent like that, but
When you came and inspected it, did it look like this grave had been disturbed recently?
In the last month.
In the last month or two.
round about the same time that our shopkeeper friend started getting pretty moody.
I guess Bosco's gonna do a sniff check of the bodies.
Of the
he
graves.
doesn't really pick up much. It's been quite a while, and there's been rain and other stuff to pick up the scent after over a month. It's just
Natural 20.
it's one of those situations where even with a nat 20, I just don't know that
I mean,
it would
yes.
work.
A month later for a sniff check,
I thought we said like it had been disturbed recently.
No.
I mean, we just unearthed it, but no, the bodies were moved like a month ago.
Okay, then, yeah.
All right, guys. Let's head back to the tavern. Let's recollect. I need a drink, and
Some of
we
us
can figure
also
something
need
out.
our own full sleep.
Yeah.
Might be worth us just calling it a night. It is late. It is probably like 2 a.m. at this point.
It's like more like midnight.
Okay,
We
we should.
need somebody out just watching. I can do that though.
I can also
Well-
do that. I've already had my full sleep for the day.
I
Yeah, me
haven't.
too.
I haven't, and neither of you, Lena. I think you and I ought to at least get in a good night's sleep.
It's been a long day for you too. Both haven't really rested since then.
And then maybe tomorrow morning, we get out there and we find where the shopkeeper is gone.
All right. Let's head back.
Let's do that. Also in the morning, let's talk to our other genie friend, huh?
Alrighty.
I think
Where are you headed?
I think E is gonna watch the shop, just in case the shopkeeper comes back.
Okay. What's everybody else doing?
I'm gonna get a good night's sleep.
Yeah, I
Yeah, I'm
guess.
gonna head back too.
I think Duel's gonna ride on Bosco for a little while, kind of fly around, see if he can spot any more goblin attacks.
Alright. Then I guess that's where we're calling it a night then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Alrighty, no real cliffhanger this time. It's just
No.
where you're at.
We got a full day of investigation done, so
I feel like we didn't get anything.
I feel like we got a lot with the shop.
we got a lot. We know that we need to find the shopkeeper now, and we know at least the pieces of his plan. Maybe not exactly what he wants to do, but
Yeah.
finding him and confronting about it seems like the most proactive thing we can be doing.
We need to find.
Yeah, I got like 5 pages of notes off of that. I think we did something.
We need to find somebody that he knows more, so that we can figure out like where he,
Yeah.
who contacts and all that.
Yeah. Well, your buddy's still under the influence till the same time
He doesn't
tomorrow
know
evening.
him
so-
that well. He like barely knows the guy. He said he's just
But he might still know his associates, any frequent
Wait,
customers.
Finn, are you going back to the
guess.
hotel or the tavern?
What's the
Oh.
hotel?
I thought they were the same.
No, there's a
No.
whole other tavern that Lady E went to.
Nasties.
Oh, that one? Oh, well, I guess I could grab a drink before passing out.
That's fine. Lena and Dash are gonna go to bed though.
Yeah, I'll grab a couple rounds to help me
Is
sleep.
Dash gonna be alone?
Ooh, maybe. I think
It
it's like
depends. It depends on who's
I mean,
guarding the room.
since
depends on what-
freaking hell plus this, I wouldn't be surprised if there was some levels of exhaustion.
It's true.
Um,
Well, they probably how many? Well, they're the beds are gonna need to be shared anyway, aren't they?
yeah.
Based
Yep.
on our bed
Probably.
count. So, yeah. Duel gets his cot. Dash and Lena cuddle up.
I think
And,
Duel's out patrolling.
and E
Yeah,
and
he's out
and
patrolling.
Finn, I'm just saying hypothetically, and E and Finn do the like friendly face the opposite way, sleep on the same bed thing. You know what I'm talking about?
The L, the feet on either side.
Where you
No,
sleep
exactly.
next to someone's feet?
Yes, that
Well,
whole deal.
Right now, I think
I was in that
from
position
what I've-
many times in college.
from what I've gathered, Duel and Bosco are out patrolling. Lady E's
Okay.
going back to watch the magic shop.
I didn't
Finn
want to
is
stay up
going
all
to the
night.
Tavern. I think Lena and Kadash are going to be alone in the hotel for a bit.
They're still going right to bed. I think.
Probably.
I think they're still
Oh,
going
right,
right to
they
bed.
are.
It is what it is.
It's probably
but-
like
But
hey,
I do
hey, you
think
know we're
we
alone.
have about-
Ugh, yeah, that's great. Ugh. And then immediately they're both just
We-
asleep.
We got about 4 minutes left, so I would like to leave the last bit with Finn going to the tavern for a drink.
Squirrel parking.
Yeah, he's
I
not
love
here
that.
anymore. So Finn, you head on into the bar, and immediately you notice that your friend of old, who you thought would one day be a barkeeper, is the barkeeper here. It is the boy of the two that you know.
Cordov?
Yeah. Whoa, Finn! What are you doing here?
Traveling a lot.
Oh, shit. Are you disguised right now?
Not well. Actually, I don't think I did a disguise for me, which is
No,
kind of
you
weird.
didn't. You didn't have to.
No, I
Okay.
do have like the
So, yeah,
detective
he-
three-piece on right now, but that's about it.
In that case, he recognizes you. He's like, "Hey! Oh my gosh, man! You just missed Lilywin. She was just here. So like she
Lilywin,
lives
really?
here, but she just went back home to visit her parents for a little bit.
Oh man,
Oh man, you just missed her. That sucks.
when did she come? When is she back?
I guess after the weekend, she just left this morning. Can I? Let me buy you a drink, man. Here, sit down.
Yeah. Does
Man.
it fade out on that, or did you want to talk more?
No, we're
Oh.
going a bit if you want to. So he's gonna say, yeah. So what is up with you? What brings you here?
Well, that's complicated. Grand adventures and all, you know.
Man, I bet.
Yeah,
You were always on adventures, man.
yeah, they've gotten wilder the past.
Yeah,
Few months.
always gotten me into more trouble than I knew what to do with. That seems like you, man. Traveling the world. Gosh. It's good to
Cordova,
see
is this really you? Or is this Eltown?
you. What?
Which one of you is it?
It's really me. We stopped doing that a while ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, nah, I mean, you, like I was saying, you going off and being your cool self, and we kind of settled down, you know.
Right on. How's your sister?
Life happens, you know, adulthood happens.
Well, how's your sister?
She's good. She's good. Yeah, she works at a little tattoo shop, doing, you know, those like little magical tattoo things.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, she's just starting out, you know, she just got her license and stuff, but yeah, she's doing it. I mean, she always wanted to be an artist, so yeah, she's making it work.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
We're getting matching tattoos, guys. It's gonna be amazing.
It's gonna be great.
And riding
Yeah.
squirrels.
Yeah. Cool. So, what kind of adventures bring you here, though? You mentioned they're kind of dark.
Yeah. That one I'm not really sure I can talk about right now. It's kind of a less you know, the better kind of deal.
Oh, okay. Yeah, weird stuff's going on in this town right now.
Yeah, I've heard a little bit of it, of that. What else weird is going on? I mean, I heard about the goblin
You
attack.
heard about the goblin, right?
Yeah.
Gosh, that was weird. Trying to think what else. Oh, you know what? One of our barkeeps here went missing like last week. Just no call, no show. People went to her house, nothing, just totally gone. Totally gone out of the blue. We don't know what happened to her. She just up and left.
Are you working tomorrow?
What was that?
Are you working tomorrow?
Yeah. Later in the day, yeah.
Later in the day, in the morning, could you show me and my friends her place? His place? Their place?
Her place?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, because we're kind of investigating the weird occurrences. Huh.
Okay. Yeah, sure. What kind of weird occurrences? I mean, obviously, besides like just this stuff I mentioned, just the goblin stuff. You really came all the way for that?
It's a little bigger than that.
What's going on, man? Talk to me. We used to be friends.
I know, it's been a long time.
No, we still are friends, man. Come on, why are you holding out on me?
Well, I'm just not sure how much I'm allowed to talk about around not our team. It's kind of a
you guys
statement.
Oh, wow, okay.
Oh, yeah. Great team.
All right.
Huh.
Well, fine. If you don't want to talk to me, you don't want to talk.
No, I do. If you know, it's one of those confidentiality things. We need to figure out how much we can tell when and how much of and all that.
Okay.
Any other people acting weird lately?
I mean, just, like the kind of usual stuff. There was this one guy who was giving Lilywin the was kind of eyeing her over quite a bit. He's been doing it for a while, but like last night was like especially kind of weird. It's almost like he was eavesdropping on our conversation a bit, and he was it's like he was I guess he was like trying to bring up the nerve to talk to her and just never did. It was kind of weird. But,
What were you guys talking
other
about?
Other than that, not much. Sorry, say again?
What were you guys talking about?
Oh, yeah, just about her plans, heading up to see family back in the old village that we're from.
So that guy may know where she is?
Well, yeah, but I mean, I don't think he'd like follow her or anything. He's frequents the bar quite a bit, and he's a nice guy.
Is he here tonight?
No. He was here last night, though. Obviously.
Cordo.
Just told you.
Dovey. Come on, add it up.
What?
I don't think this is great. Okay. So he knows where she is. She just left yesterday?
This morning. Left this morning.
What did this guy look like?
He's an elf, about middle-aged, dirty blonde hair,
dirty
fairly
blonde?
long. What was that?
Yeah, dirty blonde, long hair. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was digging a grave.
What?
I'm sorry,
Being
confidentiality. I shouldn't have told you that.
Holy
Suddenly, the
shit.
shadow stands up from behind the bar. No, you shouldn't have. Eh.
Wow, holy shit. So that guy is a creepy fuck.
I need you to write down where she's going so I can reach out to her, okay?
Well, you've been there, right? It's where your grandparents are, where we all hung out when we were kids. She's
Okay.
heading back to see your folks.
Oh, okay. Excellent. Great. I am going to have to pay a visit there very soon.
You don't think she's any kind of danger, do you?
Well,
Like, I think he was just trying to ask her out or something. I don't think he was. I don't know. Grave.
right. I'm sorry. This is supposed to be a fun catch up, and I freaked you out and
Yeah, you are starting to freak me out, man.
brought out a lot of doom and gloom to this establishment. I apologize. You know what? It's okay. We've dealt with worse. We're going to make sure she's okay. And then we're going to come here and have a blast and just have a bunch of drinks, and I'll tell you the whole spiel. Everything we've been doing the past few months.
Okay then.
Yeah.
With that, we're gonna call it a night.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
There's our cliffhanger.
Well,
Friend just got
Uh-oh.
kidnapped. She might be alive though. She might be in the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
it's true.
Oh, you
Notes
know
on
the
that
second.
instance touched on Finn displayed restraint. It was super effective. We used to be best friends. Why are you holding out on me? Finn is still showing restraint. Shit, son. Fine, if you don't want to talk to me, then you don't have to talk to me. Yeah, Finn. Yeah. Just my notes.
Was I wrong to keep that?
No,
No.
that was very, very good. I was because faced with somebody from the past that you know that you might have potentially grown up with, it would be so easy to just be like, yeah, so here's the story.
I skipped that entire 20 years of growing up, actually.
You wouldn't believe
Actually.
it. We're hunting this guy called the Shadow.
Yeah. Well,
Somebody
Stream-
gets up in the corner and just leaves.
Well, streamed. There we are. Chapter 1 of the Shadow arc.
Yeah.
The Shadow Chasers.
This is gonna keep
Sure.
getting.
The Shadow Macers?
I
Shadow
think you can tell by now.
Disruptors?
This is getting dark.
This is gonna get bad.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna get real bad. It's gonna get real bad.
So Richard's been watching a lot of true crime.
All right. Well, bye, stream.
No,
After
they say
the
the
arc is
veil.
done, I'll be happy to talk about all my influences.
They say the veil is a flat circle.
All the people you killed. I mean, what?
Alright.
Turtles
Bye.
all the way down.
All right, bye.
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 Goodbye, stream.
Oh no.